it's already being backed by major investors. Its goal? Turn rugby union into franchises, not clubs, add some serious cash and a bit of razzmatazz. Or in their words, make the game more watchable, accessible and entertaining, especially for younger audiences. But there's been a huge pushback, a massive no way from the current game. So what exactly is R360 and why is it controversial? Rugby union is facing challenges on a domestic level right now. There's huge financial instability across even top-tier clubs. The English game has seen leading clubs like Wasps, London Irish and Worcester go out of business in the top flight. The Welsh provincial game is in total disarray too. R360 says they would remove what are easily some clubs' biggest expenses, i.e. the big stars, and therefore make more of them profitable. So the plan is to inject a new lease of life into the sport. But how exactly? Top stars of the men and women's game playing for a franchise-based league with fixtures in cities like London, Miami, Tokyo and Lisbon. Each city would host a tournament featuring all the franchises during a short 3-month season. And though no players have officially confirmed, reports suggest around 200 have signed pre-contracts, some worth up to 750 grand. And if that's the pre-contract, you can imagine where the full wages will get to. Problem is, the rest of rugby says no. In fact, no way. The national unions from England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia have declared any player joining R360 will be banned from test selection. World Rugby's also not approved the league. Many fear it echoes football's failed European Super League, a top-down, money-driven idea that could damage the sport's traditions. So is it dead already? Well, rugby union is at a crossroads. Some may be against it, but we know others are being swayed by the cash. So will everything work itself out? Or after the European Super League and Live Golf, have we got sport's next big scandal on our hands?
Hello there, good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor is here. With Arnold Clark, it's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. You can check it out online now. Happy Wednesday to you. The sun is coming up here in beautiful London town. And I can't believe we're about a month into sunny weather.
It's nice, isn't it?
Treat, isn't it?
It's nice, isn't it? I think as well, it's cooling down a little bit. There's a couple of cloudy days coming, then it gets sunny again. I think that's what people want.
It's manageable.
Yeah.
Manageable
That's what you want, exactly. Don't want it to be too hot, Shebahn.
Not too hot.
Not too hot, no
But
way.
I'm not complaining either. What have you lost? What are you looking for?
I don't know.
Got your life? Yeah.
Yes, I've got it.
Tell everyone what the problem is.
Oh, I think I've got a hernia. Yeah, I've had it before. I had to have an operation when I was a player. I'm the only person to pull a hernia in their sleep. Most people do it doing sport. No, I must have done it playing paddle. So I'm going to have to go to the physio later.
What is a hernia?
Don't ask me. I just know the area. It's like right at the top of your groin. Like it's painful.
Oh.
So like I had to have an operation before. I went through my belly button. It was keyhole and done the operation.
Oh, a wee keyhole surgery.
Oh yeah, so not good. Injury prone.
Oh dear,
You know, it's just on treatment table.
Well, have
Just
we
not
got
gonna
any
play.
paracetamol for the big man?
Yeah, you know, well, I'm a strong man. You know, I don't really like painkillers. I like to know what's wrong with my body.
Yeah, I don't.
Shebahn, do you know what I mean? Not cover it. But has anyone got any ibuprofen?
Ibuprofen, send it Gabby's way. If you want, there's a lovely selection of men out there who
Any
can give you a
physios?
massage.
Yeah, exactly. Any
Ed,
physios? London
Ed,
Bridge?
you want to get your hands into his groin?
Ollie will do it.
Ollie?
Ollie will give you a massage.
Big hands, Ollie's a big boy.
Ollie, he's been doing it a lot his whole life. No, any physios in London Bridge, come see me.
Come see our Gabs.
Get me in for an op.
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, all right, buddy. Well, everyone, hashtag pray for Gabby Agbonlahor
thank you, guys.
and his hernia. And some news last night, actually, broke fairly late last night that Chelsea sealed a £170 million deal for Aston Villa's Morgan Rogers. Here's talkSPORT Ben Jacobs with the details on that deal.
For Xabi Alonso, the manager, as well. Rodgers' close friend Palmer and Reece James were part of the pitch. And I can tell you that Rodgers will wear number 17. He'll link up with the squad after the pre-season tour to Australia.
What do you think about this? Oh, Ben, you're gone. You're there and you're gone. Yeah, Morgan Rogers. Yes. Where's he gone? Chelsea. That's
Chelsea. Yeah. Listen, I think it's a transfer that I didn't expect. I thought it was going to Arsenal. Arsenal didn't want to pay the money, or maybe Arsenal missed out on Chelsea because of Alonso. Alonso speaking to Morgan Rogers, and he preferred the plan Chelsea have got than Arsenal. Don't blame him, because you look at Eze. Eze hasn't really played as much as he probably wanted to at Arsenal after a big move. So Morgan Rogers is probably thinking, Chelsea, I'm going to start every game. Maybe at Arsenal it'll be a rotation. Sad news for Aston Villa, because the last 2.5 seasons, Shebahn, he's been everything that's been Aston Villa's success. You know, even his goals and assists, and you've seen some of his goals from outside the box over the last 18 months. But just a player who can get a team up the pitch. You know, there's not many players out there who can receive that ball off the left or in that number 10 position, who can drive with the ball and get a team up the pitch. That's what I'm going to miss. His running power, and that opens it up for a lot of other players. When you've got someone like that, House Watkins, Brendia, McGinn, whoever it is in those attacking positions, he will be missed. And Aston Villa really need to replace him. Yeah. Someone that is at a high level. Otherwise, it's going to be a tough season for Villa.
117 million though, Gabs.
Yeah. I think it's the going rate. If Anderson's going for 116, I just think it's the going rate. You know, Anderson is a top player, but Morgan Rogers is an attacking player. Do you know what I mean? Your attacking players, your number 10s, wingers, strikers will always be the most expensive players. And
what's Bellingham worth then?
I think it's probably worth now 200 million.
Yeah.
100%, because of his age as well, because of that young age. Haaland, 250. It's getting silly, but it's the going rate. And you also have to look at it. How much was Anderson worth to Nottingham Forest? How much was Morgan Rogers worth to Aston Villa? You know, the loss of the player. I think he had 4 years left on his contract. So Chelsea paid the going rate.
Yeah, I'm going to look at Tielemans then to Manchester United. That's unreal business.
Exactly, but the difference is his age. He's 6 years older than Rogers. He's 29, nearly 30.
Right.
So no sell-on value. So it's still a steal. Stupid release clause from Villa. Should be at least 50 million for Tielemans.
I kind of rate that Arsenal said we're not paying that.
Yeah, listen, maybe, but Arsenal fans will probably disagree and say, like, you know what? Well, how are we getting outbid by Chelsea? Do you know what I mean? Or maybe, like you says, Arsenal probably say, you know what? We don't see him as being worth 117. 85 million is what we thought he was worth. But to Aston Villa, that's not enough, because Middlesbrough get 20% of that 85 million. So it doesn't make sense for Aston Villa to sell him then.
Well, more on this Rodgers move, by the way, on the latest episode of the talkSPORT Daily podcasts. Sam Ellard on that with Ben Jacobs. It's available now, wherever it is you like to listen to your podcast. You can listen to it for free, by the way, on the talkSPORT app. But Rodgers spoke to Chelsea.com yesterday and was asked what the fans can expect to see from him when he steps out onto the pitch.
I'm a kind of a free spirit, free-flowing footballer. Like to take risks, make things happen, kind of change games, and be a difference maker in the game, and wherever that might take. It would be a goal, assist, even defensively. I just want to bring what I can to the game to try and make an impact and a difference, and I'll always do my best to do that. I'll always try and make a difference. I don't just want to be out there for the sake of it. I want to show the fans why I'm here and what I'm about, really. So I'm going to be trying to give my all into doing that and give back.
Chelsea fans, you'll be excited about this. He also said the way the club wants to go and how it wants to move forward is something I want to be part of. I think it was just perfect for me. I just can't wait to get going. I'm joining the biggest club in London.
I think he is. I think that's obvious.
Give over.
I think that's obvious. You know, Arsenal haven't won a Champions League.
Chelsea fine. Right, okay.
Recent history, Chelsea's Premier League domination as well, especially under the Abramovich era. Champions Leagues as well. So you got to say Chelsea are the biggest club in London. Maybe that's why he chose them.
Maybe more successful.
But as well though, Shebahn, he's an amazing kid.
Is he?
Every time I've heard from him, and everyone that speaks to him says, Gabby, he is the nicest kid ever. like the perfect teammate. And as a manager, and you sign in a player, you do look at characters as well. You know, a character, is he going to listen? He was the gaffer's son. You know what I mean? I've said it yesterday, I was at Villa under Martin O'Neill. Me and Ashley Young, we'd get away with murder. And the gaffer would be like, no problem. Other players will get in trouble. He was the gaffer's son. He played every single game under Unai Emery. Never got rotated. Never got rested. This transfer will hurt the most for Unai Emery. His go-to player.
Well, talking about then going the other way, because Alejandro Garnacho, apparently Villa.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Yeah, qu'est-ce que c'est ça, signore?
No comprende.
Oh, no.
No break.
How you say in your country?
Advertisements time.
Aston Villa?
Don't want to talk about it. It's not happening. It's a dream, a nightmare.
Oh, it came back to bite you in the big old booty, didn't it, Gabby? Yeah, Villa are in advanced talks to sign him on loan with a potential obligation to buy. You speak about characters now. Unai Emery is known to be the player whisperer. Garnacho doesn't get the best rep in terms of character. Do you think Unai wants to have a crack at Garnacho and see if he can turn him into an angel?
If there's any manager who can sort him out, then there is Unai Emery. But if you look at the social media reaction yesterday, I'd say 99% of Villa fans are saying no, capital letters, including myself. From his career that I've followed at Manchester United, you know, he's got the ego of Ronaldo or Messi, but he hasn't got the talent of David Bellion that used to play at Manchester United 20 years ago. Like, he's not a good player. Like, whenever I've watched him, he can't get past the fullback. In his last 5-6 games for Chelsea last season, honestly, he would run to the fullback, turn around and pass it back. He was scared to take a player on. There's a reason why he's a Manchester United reject. There's a reason why he's a Chelsea reject. There's a reason why he was not even called up to Argentina for the World Cup when they've got lack of wingers. So I just don't understand this transfer. Like, I really don't understand it, Shebahn. It's really baffling me. Unless the manager's looking at it and saying, Gabby, these PSR rules, these financial fair play rules, what do you want me to do? We haven't got many options. We wanted Somerville. Saudi Arabia, I went and paid 20 million over the asking price for him. Wrapped that up last night. So what's out there? And it's a loan, maybe. I don't like the obligation to buy. I wish it was like you didn't have to buy him. But maybe the manager's looking out there and saying, like, what else is out there for the amount of funds Aston Villa can spend? We haven't got the hundreds of millions that other clubs can spend.
Oh, listen, you're the former player, so your word over mine. But he is a good player. Like, we have seen good moments from Alejandro Garnacho. But over time, you can't say he's rubbish. He's not rubbish. He's a good player. There's talent in there.
There's a player in there.
Yeah,
but
exactly. So maybe it's a challenge for Emery to go, I'm going to bring that back out of him.
But if you're looking at, like, characters as well, Shebahn, Aston Villa's changing room is amazing. And we talk about Morgan Rogers and everyone getting on with him and loving him. Do you want a bad egg going into a changing room?
But they said that about Rashford.
Yeah, but Garnacho, like, different to Rashford. I mean, Rashford went into Villa, sorted himself out, went to Barcelona, sorted himself out. But everything you hear about Garnacho, you know, throwing his arms up when he's coming off, the way he left Manchester United. I mean, let's talk about his stats as well, then, Shebahn, because Manchester United, 144 appearances, 26 goals, 22 assists. Gets the move to Chelsea, 43 appearances, only 8 goals, 5 assists. His Premier League career total, 117 appearances, 17 goals, 12 assists. That is not a record that makes you think, oh, I can't wait for him to come to my football club.
All-time senior career stats, Gabs. I mean, 187 appearances, 34 goals, 27 assists. It's not the end of the world. Also,
I don't think it's good enough, to be honest.
Also, he's 22. Put yourself in your shoes when you're 22. Go back there.
I would have had like 3.5 years playing and scoring goals and having a good attitude. And I just think, Shebahn, I get it that, like, on his day, I mean, against Aston Villa last season for Chelsea, he ripped us apart because we played a stupid high line and didn't follow his runs. But when he comes down to teams that sit back and he's got to get past the player, he can't do it. So I'm disappointed at this transfer. And the good thing about me, Shebahn, is that I don't have to keep my mouth shut.
There's a good thing about you.
Some people that work for football clubs have to just say, oh, no, he's a good player. I don't need anything from any football club. I'll speak honestly about any player, any football club. I think it's a bad signing, and hopefully I'm proven wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Villa fans, then over to you. The phone lines are open. Do you agree with Gabby on this? Is this a bad signing, Alejandro Garnacho to Aston Villa? Or do you think Unai Emery can bring the best out of him? 03717 223344 is the number. Is there anybody out there this morning at 6:15 feeling positive about Garnacho to Villa? Let's hear from you. Coming up, we'll turn our attention to the back pages. Someone who's not happy with Gabby for agreeing with Morgan Rogers that Chelsea are a bigger club than Arsenal. We'll do that next. Good morning.
There is a line that you should not overstep, and they overstepped it communally numerous times.
Got to be a long ban.
Yeah.
Jeff, if you look at it, Jeff, if you watch it back 5 or 6 times, Paredes, what we say, on Garcia, he grabs his neck, and the way Garcia's after the game, Garcia's neck jolts. That's assault.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like, it's assault.
Like you, Stuart Pearce believes that the Argentinian midfielder needs an incredibly strong punishment.
But you've got to say, and just to back up exactly what you've just said there, sometimes in life and in football, what goes round comes round. And that's exactly what's happened to Argentina today. And I'm sure FIFA will see the punch that was thrown at the end of the game, and obviously they were quite happy to extend a 6-game ban for a Qatari player, and I'm sure when they see a punch like that, it will probably warranty a 20-game ban. I'm sure FIFA will be right on top of this, Abe.
Yeah. Well, they should be, because something's got to be done to stop.
You want to feel
like
safe
that,
on the pitch, don't you, Jeff? Do you know what I mean? You can't let the punishment has to be that big that no one ever.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
What's your pain levels 1 to 10?
You know what? It's okay because I'm not moving. Like, if I'm moving, it's sore.
Oh no.
I tell you, it's a hernia.
It's a hernia.
You know what I mean? I might have to turn up at Bodymore Heath, the Villa training ground. They'll be like, oh no, he's back on the treatment table.
Who are you,
Go
sir?
on, that's your bed. You used to be
Fans
on
down that way.
You used to be on that bed, that treatment table, all your career. Here you go. Come on.
But surely a hernia needs a bit more work than a massage, no?
No. It's an operation hernia. Yeah.
Oh, well, let's hope you've not got that then. Got your holiday this weekend,
I
Tim.
have to postpone the operations after my holiday.
Sure you'll be all right.
Important things first, Shebahn.
But then getting on a plane's not going to help that, Gabs.
I don't care. Nothing's stopping me from going on holiday.
I know you don't want me to ruin your brand or anything because it's part of your on-air side of things, but you're incredibly kind, aren't you, Gabs? You always sort us out with a coffee in the morning.
It's okay. Yeah.
So thanks.
Some people don't. They know who they are.
I know, but
I won't name names.
But I really appreciate your coffee, so thank you.
It's okay. They know who they are, Shebahn.
I know.
Don't have to name names.
Go on, name them.
No.
Who doesn't get the coffees?
I'm not saying anything. No, they know who they are. If they're listening. Wallets must stay at home.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't like that. Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor. No better way to start the day than a bit of Morning Glory there by Oasis. And the Gallagher brothers will have a smile on their face today with their 1995 album, What's the Story, set to be announced as the biggest selling original album of all time. No way. They've jumped ahead of the Beatles. 1967 album, Sgt. Pepper. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Fantastic news.
Do you like the Beatles?
If I heard some of the songs, I think I would do. Yeah, I don't know any off. I don't know any off top of my head now. I don't.
You don't know any Beatles song off the top of your head?
Not names.
What about Hey Jude, for example, at the World Cup? That's a great song, isn't it?
Great song. The Beatles, though.
If you had to choose one gig to go to, you're going to go see Oasis or the Beatles?
You know what? I'd probably go and see the Beatles because I've heard so much Oasis. It'd be nice to hear something different.
Who's bigger, do you think? Liam Gallagher or who's one of the Beatles?
You don't know yourself. Dear Lord.
What's his name again?
Dear Lord.
McCartney or Liam Gallagher? Would you know Paul McCartney if he walked by in the street?
No, I would not. No, I wouldn't. No. Being honest. Well, I think the Beatles probably bigger. Would you say?
Beatles are like the biggest band.
Yeah, they're probably bigger than Oasis. Yeah, I thought so.
One Direction just pipped them.
Pardon? Really?
Guys, I say that just to annoy people.
Yeah,
okay.
Don't annoy people. It's too early.
The Beatles will go far.
Yes.
They've got a big career ahead of them, all right?
Yes.
Time to look at today's back pages with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Kick off your day with a quality coffee on the go. Start with Costa Express.
Oasis for you there, Gabs?
This is the Beatles, I can see. Perfect voices.
One Direction.
Manager Joe loves the Beatles.
Beatles Joe.
Yeah, Beatles Joe. Yeah, he'd be listening and he'd be very angry at us.
He's got Beatles tattoos and all that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's a big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan, yeah. I remember the time I did say I thought Beatles were a bit overrated and Joe nearly fired me.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, just in my personal opinion, they're not on my playlist. Laura, am I digging myself a hole?
You are a little bit.
Great.
Yeah. I fear for the WhatsApps now. You're going to get lots of angry Beatles fans.
Yeah, sorry, Beatles. I'm sure they'll continue living their lives, though.
Well, they should maybe do a comeback tour. Prove it.
Yeah.
If you're bigger than Oasis, prove it.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Very good point. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, we're good.
Very
He's got a hernia, so.
You got a hernia?
I think I've got a hernia, yeah.
Is that self-diagnosed?
Yeah.
Have you been on the internet again, Gabby?
No,
Don't go on the internet when we're ill.
What? I know the feeling. I had it before when I was playing. You know, I'm the only person that can pull the hernia in a sleep.
Can you spell hernia?
Oh no!
Shebahn, behave yourself.
Did you get the hernia when you saw the Garnacho news? Is
That's
that what caused
happened,
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I fell out of bed last night and pulled my hernia. So I'll be in A&E probably. London Bridge A&E, looking for a hernia op, which might take 2 years to get on the waiting list.
With Dr. Garnacho at your side. Back pages, Laura. There's a lot of focus on, obviously, Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, lots of Morgan Rogers chat this morning. The Sun say Morgan Freeman. Which took me longer than I thought to actually get Freeman. Freeman. Yeah, it took a while. The Daily Express, Chelsea spend a lot more. In the Star, West spend boys £117 million. Rogers sparks blue spree suggestion that this will kind of spark more spending. Chelsea have bid for Alex Scott. It's been rejected for the moment. Daily Mail coverage of the announcement video that went up last night. We're London's #1. Roger talks up Chelsea after Gunners are gazumped. And in the announcement video, Rogers is asked, why Chelsea, and he says they're the biggest club in London.
And how was that for you?
I also got a hernia from that. That gave me a hernia.
You disagree with him?
Look, Chelsea's recent success is undeniable, right? Arsenal haven't won a Champions League. This is their first Premier League in more than 20 years. No club has the culture and the streets like Arsenal. I'm sorry, you cannot deny that the celebrations that you saw, Chelsea could never. I also think it's still a risk to join Chelsea given their current ownership model, right? People talk about the banter years for Arsenal, but Arsenal were never in the same mess that Chelsea have been in. You know, the lowest Arsenal finish was 8th. Chelsea have finished, I think, 12th, 10th, 12th. Yeah. So, you can say all you want about being the biggest club, etc., etc. I still think the position that Arsenal are in and the relationship they have with the owners is still much more healthy and better for the long term than it is for Chelsea. I think this could be a flash in the pan. Chelsea have spent a lot of money on big signings before that haven't paid off. So I'm not going to bite too hard on Chelsea being the biggest club in London.
I think as well, Chelsea have got still problems. You know, losing Cucurella. Do you know what I mean? Like, and their defence that was shaky that season. You got to replace him properly. Centre halves as well.
Yeah.
They really need centre half. Chalobah's not the answer.
Yeah.
You know, they need to go and get maybe Lacroix and another centre half. So Chelsea still got parts of their squad they need to improve before they are fighting up there. But a one game a week will help them as well, won't it?
Exactly. And 117 million, I mean, we really have jumped up in terms of numbers this transfer season. You said earlier 200 million for Bellingham.
Do you agree?
I absolutely. And I was wondering, when do you think we'll see the first, £500 million player? It's not far off.
Especially
where do we
Saudis.
stop? Yeah.
Especially with the Saudis as well. But say Real Madrid, say next summer they want Haaland. What's Haaland? You're talking 250.
Yeah, at least.
Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
Same, like...
It's only going to keep going that way if clubs are willing to pay it.
Exactly.
So Chelsea paying that money for Morgan Rogers means we're only going to keep going in one direction.
100%.
Whereas if everybody did an Arsenal and going, we're not going to front into that. We don't think it's worth that.
The problem is with Arsenal, though, if you look at something like, on the back of the Times here, Arsenal in talks over Guimaraes. Now, the numbers that are being thrown around here are nowhere near what has gone for Morgan Rogers. So Arsenal saying, I think, valuation of around... I mean, they went in pretty low to start off with, which I thought was not the best option. But, 60 million, 70 million, that's where we're going. But
you've got to look at age as well.
Yeah.
In transfers, that you can't look at the same player or similar player. Morgan Rogers, 23. What's Guimaraes, 28, is he? 28, 29. So
it's 28 until it's 29, exactly.
Less sell-on value as well. That's why the transfer's less. Say Guimaraes was 23. He'd be probably 115 million.
Yeah, and you look at Alex Scott, for example. I think 64 million was never going to be enough.
He's 22.
And then just on Liverpool as well, there's on the back of the Daily Mail today, new manager Andoni Iraola has identified 2 areas of concern. He says we need a winger, obviously with the departure of Salah, and we have no defensive depth with Conor Bradley out. Gabby, where do Liverpool rank in terms of attractiveness for players in the Premier League? Are they still a kind of hot prospect to join, especially with a new kind of unproven but exciting manager? Yeah,
they are still, of course. Manchester City and Arsenal, you maybe look at maybe ahead at the moment because of last season, but Liverpool's still a big pull, and they need players. They really do.
How many signings do you think they need to be able to compete
Probably
again?
like a league minimum 3 or 4. Like, you have to replace Salah. You have to somehow replace Salah. Ingram Murray will have a lot to say in Liverpool next season. Yeah. And then can they keep Isak fit? Ekatike is probably not back till March, so you got to write him off for the season with that Achilles injury. Defensive reinforcements as well, like you said. Conor Bradley, need another right back. Liverpool need players in, otherwise it could be another frustrating season.
Which is crazy given how much they spent last season. But, you just hope, especially when Arsenal are looking at Guimaraes, they don't spend all summer negotiating for one player. Yeah. And that's the
I think Arsenal need another winger, though. They've signed a lad from Atalanta, haven't they?
Solis, that one. Yeah, Solis. I think they do. And I think lots of fans will be hoping that the silence that we're seeing now after this will get Bruno Guimaraes over the line, but there's something building happening. Yeah. Maybe that's deluded. Maybe it's hopeful. We'll see.
Maybe you need to get them and they go to Chelsea again.
Oh, now come on. Don't wind me up, Gabby. It's too
Another side will go. Laura back with us very soon. Laura Kirk-Francis with us there. That was all thanks
laugh as well.
I know, because when you sneeze and yawn and all that.
When you laugh.
Stop saying stupid things then.
Sorry then, I'm not laughing.
Coming up for you, Gabby's wheelchair is on his way to his hernia. We're going to get a real man on the show very, very soon. Up next.
Al's fresher than fixed. I'm going to be like, Al, give me that wheelchair, mate.
Your man, Alan Brazil, has arrived. Coming up next, we're joined by a man who's running from Beijing to London. Stay tuned for that next.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Kick off your day with a quality coffee on the go. Start with Costa Express.
What does the future hold for Rashford. My understanding is that he ideally would still like to leave United, still not particularly happy with the hierarchy there over the circumstances of his departure this time last year. And while there is a slim chance that Michael Carrick reintegrates him into his first team squad, I think United ideally would like to sell as well. In my notebook on the talkSPORT website today, I talk about Fenerbahce in Turkey being interested, but Rashford doesn't seem particularly keen on that move. It all feels a little bit like limbo, Kev.
Yeah, and I think that's it. I think it was the same last year, and he come up trumps with the Barcelona move. Where did that come from last season? And you think, go there, and then you have the season, and was he up and down? You sort of got mixed reviews, didn't you, from there, and whether they were going to then, take him on.
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
Hello there, good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor with you with Arnold Clark. Browse the UK's best used car deals. Score your dream car today. You can check out their website for more details.
Morning.
Morning.
I know how loud I can speak without my hernia hurting me.
Is it really painful again?
Absolutely.
Has anyone got a hot water bottle?
Yeah, I need something. Yeah, I need treatment. I need an emergency physio at News UK. Get them in.
Have we got any paracetamol?
Yeah, most physios I know won't be up till 10 a.m. And
anyway. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Move on.
Here, by the way, Alex Christie, I know you're on the phone, but coconut milk matcha.
What's wrong with that?
It's like drinking sun cream.
Is it?
Taste
you don't
that.
like that? I can't. I can't. You don't like coconut milk?
Do you?
Why not?
What is it?
It's good for you. It's healthy.
Put on. I'd rather breast milk than coconut milk at this rate.
I think coconut milk is what you have when you're on a diet. I don't know what, like, yeah. I don't know.
You're calling me fat, Christy?
Costa call, sort it out, mate.
Oh dear. Following Thomas Tuchel's departure after England's World Cup exit, former Man City boss Pep Guardiola has emerged as a standout candidate, being linked to the job. Former Newcastle captain Kevin Nolan joined Alex Crook earlier and insisted that Pep could be the perfect man to shape the future of the Three Lions.
You get Pep Guardiola in the FA, I think it'll only be a good thing. It's to see what he's done with Man City, and he's been part of that project from top to bottom. You know, to making it the professional outfit that it is. You know, the youngsters, even the way they are, you know, the way they recruit, everything else. So for me, I think it'll be great for English managers to learn off Pep, because you will have full access, because you'll be at St George's. You know, you'll be rubbing shoulders with him on a daily basis, because, you know, when I was with the FA, that's what happens. We used to see Gareth lots and lots of times when we were there. So I think it'll only be a positive thing if we were to get someone of Pep's calibre. And he's lived here for 10 years now. You know, let's not forget that.
Yeah, he's English now because he's lived here for 10 years. By the way, he does love England. He loves being here in this country. I don't have a problem with it being somebody who's not from your country, being your manager. Yeah, I mean, you hired a German.
Grow up, everyone that disagrees. I've got Rory Jennings on later, doesn't he? He doesn't want a foreign coach anymore.
Okay.
But we can't allow him to go to Italy. We can't allow Italy to take him. We really can't, Shebahn. Listen, Pep Guardiola would have been looking forward to time off. But we've seen with Jurgen Klopp. I know Jurgen Klopp's been a couple of years, but look, straight into management at the first opportunity with Germany. International management suits the older managers like Klopp, Ancelotti, Pep, because you're not working all through the year. It's part-time, let's be honest. Most of the season, you're going and watching a few games and watching your players play. Then international call-ups aren't all the way through the season. So this would be perfect for Pep.
He'd be your number one pick.
Oh, please. Give him what he wants. If Thomas Tuchel's getting 5 million, give him 10. I don't care, because he's a winner. And if we win that position against Argentina, he's going for it. He's that clever. He would have seen the holes in Argentina's defence. The 2 centre-halves were booked. He would have went for it. He wouldn't have said, come on, Konsa, you come on for Gordon. Let's all sit back. Come on, O'Reilly. Come on, Dan Burn. Let's sit back and hold on. He would have been positive, and he knows more than anybody, Pep Guardiola, attack is the best form of defence. Go and get another goal.
Eddie Howe.
I think Eddie Howe was in a shout, but if Pep Guardiola was available, he would be my first option.
You'd be looking at winning if you got Pep.
Oh, exactly.
It would feel like you could win it with Pep.
Exactly. But I don't think it will happen. I think Thomas Tuchel's got at least one more tournament.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
More on that coming up for you on talkSPORT Breakfast this morning. Time now for this.
You'll be alone, it's 4 hours, it's time to run, it's time to run.
Yeah, one man preparing for what he calls the longest run home ever as he gears up to run all the way from Beijing to London in memory of his granddad. Former soldier and endurance athlete Jack Jarvis will be covering 50 kilometres a day for 8 straight months. My word. Wow, to raise money and awareness for the charity Brain Trust. Very pleased to say Some Man for One Man is with us now this morning. Good morning to you, Jack. How you doing?
Good morning, Jack.
Morning, team. Yeah, I'm good. How are you two?
Yeah, we're good. Jack, you're wonderful. You're incredible, but you're also crazy. I mean, this is some challenge to put on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to raise, like you said, £100,000 for Brains Trust. So yeah, a parkrun wasn't really going to cut it. So what was the next logical step? Running 13,000 kilometres from Beijing to London.
Wow. Jack, I mean, I couldn't run one marathon. This is like, what, 30 marathons, is it? Or something silly like that. How's the training been for this, mate? You look like a fit lad already, but you've been training hard for this.
Yeah, cheers, Gabs. Been doing a lot of running. No surprise there. A bit of stuff in the gym as well, just making sure the body's robust as possible. And yeah, now I'm ready. I'm currently in Indonesia. Fly to Beijing on the 30th of this month, and then look to start on the 31st.
Wow.
And you're crossing 18 countries then on foot through this run. Have you looked ahead at what's going to be the toughest hurdle? What will be the hardest part of this journey?
I've tried not to look at the whole journey, because I feel like if you were to sort of look at that, you could lose your marbles a little bit. So just trying to compartmentalize it, just take one day as it comes, and just put one foot in front of the other until I make it to Trafalgar Square in hopefully about 8 to 10 months.
Sorry, I said 30. I mean 300 marathons.
That's Gabby's.
Wow.
So
Sorry, mate. I didn't know 2
It's all right,
zeros,
Gabby. It's
300.
early in the UK. I'll let you off.
Wow, but like, mate, that's incredible. Like, wow, I'm speechless there.
Cheers, mate. I mean, I've got to do it yet. I mean, I could crumble on week 1, but I don't think that'll happen.
Did you hear the story of the Scotland fan Craig Ferguson, who did the marathons from LA to watch Scotland play in the first game at Boston? Did you hear this story from the World Cup? And he'd done something like 50 marathons, and I just think what you're going to do, maybe you don't know yet, but how much people just will see your journey and everything that you're doing, and everyone will be rallying for you, that if you do have a down day, which you probably will, you know, where you hit that wall, just remember that so many people are taking their hat off to you and what you're going to do here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And that's the beauty with social media now. There's loads of, 30 years ago, you never would have heard about people doing these sort of things. So, yeah, hopefully can inspire a few people because, 3 years ago, I nearly died in a parachute accident.
Oh, my word.
So I know how bad it is. My leg was pretty messed up, had a full thickness injury to my MCL and PCL. So, I've come back. So hopefully I can inspire a few people to, believe in themselves and push themselves and achieve some big goals.
Amazing, mate. Jack, you've done challenges in the past, haven't you? Can you explain what you've done before?
Yeah, Gabby, undiagnosed ADHD, so I just can't sit still. In 2021, I was the first person to row from mainland Europe to mainland North America, and I actually chatted to Woodsy when she was on the show, Ali McCoist as well. So that was 111 days at sea, and then last year rowed from New York to the UK, and we broke the record for the most nautical miles rowed in 24 hours. So, yeah. I suppose undiagnosed ADHD can have some positives as well.
Yeah, I mean, your superpower at the end of the day. Jack, honestly, I don't know how you're going to do this. I really do think this is absolutely incredible. Makes me just think about Gabby complaining about a hernia for the last 40 minutes, and you've just told us that you broke your leg and ACL and all that in a near parachute death. I mean,
yeah, incredible.
Yeah, you're
nearly DNF'd life.
DNF'd life. That's one way to put it. What about you in terms of the team around you? Have you got people with you on this journey, or are you completely solo?
Nah, so it's myself, my van. The reason we're in Indonesia is we're waiting for my van to arrive in Beijing. It's currently somewhere south of Singapore. So it'll be me, my videographer, Tommy Denny, and we've got a Chinese guide / driver that will accompany us during our time in China. And then got another couple of guys coming out to replace Tommy, and then Tommy flies back out. So, yeah, there'll be no more than about maximum of 4, but minimum of me and Tommy. So quite a small crew.
Jack, I think this is incredible what you're doing, mate. And just looking at the distance, I want to help you this as much as I can, mate. And I want to use my social media to help you, mate. So I'll take your details afterwards from the lads back there, and I want to be part of your journey, mate. Incredible.
Oh, that'd be awesome, Gabby. Yeah, we'll have to get you out on the trail, Gabby. Come do a couple of days with me in Uzbekistan if you fancy
my hernia is 8 months. I'm out for 8 months in my hernia, so I'll miss it. Sorry.
Jack, also, we'll get someone at talkSPORT with a better profile than Gabby's. He doesn't have actually any followers
exactly
on Instagram, so we'll ask around.
Yeah, cheers, appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Listen, fair play to you. Hats off to you already. What a challenge to do this for Brain Trust as well. In memory of your granddad, I mean, he'll be very, very proud of you for going on this journey, I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure. Me and him were super close. We actually lived with my grandparents when my mum and dad broke up when I was 4. So yeah, it was a massive part of my life. And obviously I don't sit in the depths of despair every day, but to do something like this in his memory and hopefully raise a huge amount of money to help other people in his position. It's just an absolute no-brainer. So if I can, I will.
Good for you. Listen, thanks so much.
Yes, incredible, mate.
And Jack, I did do the London
Thank you very much
Marathon,
for having me on, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
If you need any tips, I did the London Marathon, okay? So just don't be scared to ask.
I'll send you a DM after this,
Do it. Slide on it.
It took 10 hours. It took 10 hours, Jack, so
10 hours.
don't take too many tips.
Listen, at least I'd done it. You're sitting there holding on to your tummy like you're
complain
due
about
on.
hernia. Don't listen to him.
Do you know what I mean, Jack? Seriously.
Talking absolute rubbish, isn't it?
I'm soft, mate. I'm soft.
Honestly.
I'm
Jack
soft now.
Jarvis, endurance athlete. Thank you and good luck. We'll speak to you soon.
Good luck, mate.
Wicked. Thank you, guys.
All the best still to come for you on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
By the way, we've got a great show lined up for you this morning here on talkSPORT Breakfast. 5-time Ryder Cup winner Ian Poulter is going to be with us with Live Golf potentially heading to the UK for the last time ever. We'll speak to Poults, looking forward to that. Alex Scott's ex-Bristol City captain Andy Vyman will also have his say on the England starlets' future, plus after 5 whirlwind weeks out in North America covering the World Cup. talkSPORT's very own Super Ali McCoist is officially back. He'll be giving us his ultimate verdict on how the tournament unfolded. Looking forward to that. That was our breakfast preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins. Good morning.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Argentina
they've
to be better than
they've
that.
got some of the players, but I think they've found a way in this tournament to just keep getting by. They were winning in extra time. They were coming from 2 goals down. They did it round after round. They even did it against us. A goal down. They scored 2 in the last sort of 10 minutes, and they've got over the line again. And I think they thought, right, we're just going to have to keep it going exactly the same way. Let's just try and get over the line. But I've got as World Cup finals goes, it was one of the worst I think you'll ever see.
What did you make of how they reacted at the end, Argentina? We saw obviously Paredes getting involved. We saw the whole Argentinian team turning their back on Spain when they lifted it. It was just from beginning to end, even after the final whistle went. It was just nasty from Argentina.
Yeah, it was. They've definitely not won any fans over, have they, this tournament?
No.
Argentina. They might be the most hated nation in world football.
I've changed my mind now on Messi and Ronaldo. I was team Messi for a long, long time.
Back to Ronaldo.
I saw the bit where Cucurella sort of covered his mouth but didn't. And then Messi almost went to the head teacher and was grasping oh, he should get detention.
I'm disappointed, and honestly, man,
you don't need to do that.
I love Leo Messi, right? He is everything I want from a footballer, but that was horrible.
Why did he do that?
I don't know why.
Do that.
It's a World Cup final. I think he's desperate and he's reaching for everything that he possibly can. But you don't need to do that, Leo. Don't sink to those levels. I think Argentina outdid themselves in horribleness, like what we saw at full time.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
How's it going this morning? Hope your Wednesday's treating you well. 10 to 7, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor. What do we know today? Well, Bournemouth have rejected a £64 million bid from Chelsea for midfielder Alex Scott. More on that to come. Luke Littler threw a thrilling 9-darter as he booked his place in the quarterfinals of the World Match Play with an 11-8 win over Nathan Aspinall. And you can hear the final 4 second round games live on talkSPORT 2, 7 o'clock tonight. Just just swipe across on the talkSPORT app to talkSPORT 2 to hear all the action from the Darts World Match Play. And what about this? Hearts have already lost their manager, captain and top goal scorer to Rangers this summer. Well, last night they also lost 4-0 to Strømsgodset in their Champions League qualifier. Here's the new boss, Wouter Vaknin, speaking afterwards.
Such a goal and such a game, but the rest was good. Was pretty good. We played good football. We created a lot of chances. But yeah, on this level, you have to score the goals. You have to finish these chances also. And at the halftime, I was really confident that we could still turn it around because the first half how we played, and then we come out, you got again the same thing. And that messes up your whole game actually. And then we try to do stuff that we normally not want to do, like too many touches and stuff, but to do good. But at the same moment you do bad and you get smacked like this. But when you see the game and analyze the game, shortly after the game, then now.
I'm sorry. I mean, all I could focus was the first 3 seconds of that. We conceded 4 goals, but the rest was good.
Think hard to be up there this season again?
Do you know what, Gabs? I think it could be...
Hard, isn't it? What does the manager leaving take away from those players?
Derek Ferguson was such a... I spoke about characters earlier on. He's a big character. Also Shankland. Like, you lose Shankland, your top goal scorer, and your manager at Rangers.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe that... Derek McKenna, it's my bad. Sorry, I called him Derek Ferguson. That, I think it will be a tougher season for Hearts.
I agree.
But then they are spending money. You never know. But yeah, I mean, if you can't beat them, join them, as they say. Does this prove that Rangers and Celtic will always be dominant? Then
I think so. To lose your manager and your best player to go to a rival team, that I think Rangers and Celtic will be fighting it out next season.
So Hearts look almost certain to drop to the Europa League, where they would face Benfica or Swiss side St Gallen. Right, time now for this. Laura Kirk Francis is back with us. Laura.
Hello, I am back. First and foremost, that's for you.
Thank you, Laura.
Paracetamol.
Come on, just
take a couple and stop complaining.
Okay, I'll take a couple.
No, take them on air. We
now.
want to watch you. Take your tablets, pal.
While you do that, take it, then you can stop complaining about your hand. You take 2. Yeah, you take 2.
Don't tell me you're going to be one of those creeps who can't swallow tablets. I can't stand this. I can't swallow it.
Oh, here we go. This is compelling radio. My gosh,
that is a real man. Look at him gulp that down.
Oh, the pain's gone already.
And now for your massage.
Get
used to this. We looked after.
Yeah, right. Are we good now?
Yeah, we're good now.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I have a duty of care. Unlike Man United, who have sent out thousands of emails to fans, this was hitting social media yesterday. Lots of Man United fans saying that they have had their season ticket accounts restricted. This is an attempt by Man United to identify ticket touts and those breaking the club's ticketing terms and conditions. So those season tickets are now at risk of being revoked. Important to point out, United have not revoked any yet. But essentially what Man United have said is on these accounts, some of which are owned by people who've been going to Old Trafford for 30 years, even more, is that Man United say in this email, we've identified patterns linked to your account that we need to understand more clearly. We need to establish whether there is a straightforward explanation for the activity identified. So it's a pretty kind of corporate message being sent out to supporters who now have their season ticket at risk. Supporters are being asked to submit evidence to defend themselves, which I think is crazy. Let's hear from Andy Mitten, who is the editor of the United We Stand, who has explained some of the panic at Old Trafford and other clubs as well.
Just look at the way football is going, not just at Manchester United. Look what's happening at Barcelona. Similar things are happening at other Premier League clubs. I remember writing 3 years ago, having spoken to someone at Chelsea, that they see season ticket holders as a threat. So season ticket holders feel cornered. They feel worried that something they love is going to be taken away from them. Again, Manchester United deny that is their intention. They say this is a genuine initiative to curb ticket touting, which they think is right, and they think that people are gaming the system. But in my opinion, it has been done wrongly, and it leads to us having chats like this now, because if you've had one of them emails, you're going to be absolutely annoyed and worried as well.
Yeah, I think is absolutely right there. There is a way of doing these things, isn't there? There is a way of trying to cut down on ticket touting that doesn't involve sending blanket emails out. Shebahn, is this another example of Jim Ratcliffe just getting things wrong at Man United?
Yeah, I mean, it was the same with the season tickets last year as well, wasn't it? The concessions had been hiked up and all that. And yeah, it's been a tough time, I would say, for Manchester United fans, especially when their loyalty to the club has always been there and they don't feel that they're getting it back. Somebody had said on X, I had that dreaded email from United, 22 years, home and away every game, upwards of 75 European away games, and now it's over, finished. And why? For helping my mum forward on a ticket, you know, so this is the reason why this person has been sent this email. Only thing is, I would look and go, right, if you just show them that you're not a touter and you'll be all right.
Yeah,
if you are a touter, then you're in the wrong.
Exactly.
And they'll catch you.
Yeah, there is an appeals process, so you would hope that by the end of this, we actually get to a situation where all of these loyal fans who quite rightly are distressed that they are maybe at risk of losing their season ticket, actually it all ends up fine. But the way that they've gone about this, Gabby, you can feel for the fans, can't you, if you received this email?
100%. You're probably thinking, like, I support my club. It's not been the greatest 10, 12 years at the football club, and now I have to send over evidence. You're probably thinking, come on, I've done nothing wrong. You should be able to, in other ways, find out who's doing wrong.
Yeah, and some of this as well, lots of these clubs have moved to a digital system. I remember when Arsenal first did their digital one, and the pushback of the kickoff for the first game had to be in place because the turnstiles didn't work. So all of this as well. Bring back a good old-fashioned card.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Yeah, or a paper ticket.
And as this person on X points out, like, if you are helping I mean, my mum and dad can't.
No.
They can't remember their own PIN code for the phone. And phone my sister, you need to come and help me with this.
Yes.
Never mind some people trying to digitally print out their ticket and get things sorted out and get a QR code and they don't know what they're looking at. You know,
yeah, it's difficult.
So if they have had people using their login to help them get access to their tickets, then that's a bit of a shame. Man United fans, it's happening again at this time of the year. You want to have your say on this, give us a call, 03717223344. Did you get one of these emails? How do you feel about it? Laura, thank you very much. Coming up next, we'll turn our attention back to the news that Chelsea have broken their transfer record to sign Gabby's beloved Morgan Rogers, and they set up to be back at their best this season under Xabi Alonso. Is that how you feel, Chelsea fans? We'll focus on that next.
I watched a lot of Marcus Rashford at Barcelona. I think it was a successful loan, Jeff. He played 43 times in the league and Champions League together, 13 goals, 10 assists. I'm just surprised teams haven't bid for him. I don't understand the Gordon transfer. I really don't. I feel Rashford is a better option than Gordon. He's 28. Is it the wages? Are we looking at someone that maybe his contract, if he's got a year left at Manchester United, the wages are too much for clubs to maybe sign him on a 4-year deal? Is he getting closer to that 30 mark as well? The contract will be something really strange going on there. But whoever signs him has got a fantastic player because he looks like he's in a better mind frame as well. I look at him before the World Cup. He's at Inter Miami doing extra training. At Barcelona, we hear nothing negative about Marcus Rashford. He's in a better headspace being away from Manchester. So if I'm him and I'm his agent, does he look at another club abroad to get away from any distractions that he might have back at home?
Do you think he may have to settle for another loan deal?
It's hard, isn't it? Because will Manchester United accept that? Because if he's got a year left,
They may not have any options.
I know. Does this come down to the end of August, Jeff, end of the transfer window, and maybe it has to be because I just don't see him playing for Manchester United again.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs have been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham, because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2 metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards, so do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows, but as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
How's it going? Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shebahn Aherne alongside former Villa striker Gabby Agbonlahor. We're here with Arnold Clark, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. You can check it out online now. By the way, all the schools I think finish up today and tomorrow. Then that's like kids off for the summer.
Great.
You excited?
No.
Daddy.
Oh, it's totally different times, wasn't it? I remember when I was a kid, me and my two brothers, similar age, we're like triplets. We just in the garden. Just play one man Wembley, used to call it. It's
One
man Wembley.
How's that go?
Basically, it's like one in goal, 1v1 basically.
Okay.
And if you score, the other player goes in goal. But we used to play that in the garden non-stop. Come in, put some tomato soup, make some bread for lunch on our own. Even at 10, 11, 12, on our own in the house.
While Dad is working.
Yeah, Dad and Mum working or whatever. And that was us for 6 weeks holidays. If we got a week in Great Yarmouth, it was like, thank you. Now these kids, where we going?
First class to Dubai.
Where we going? They don't know. Different world back then, Shebahn.
I know.
6 weeks holidays, just go to the park or play in your garden.
And like, you need to now factor in the iPad time.
I know.
Like, they exist, and part of me is like, I just take them away. I just go, no, that's it. These are now
Go
out
out
of your
in
life.
the garden. And then you get the kids now. My oldest daughter, 15, she's like, oh, I don't want to go outside. It's too hot. No pool.
What?
I'm like, are you joking? No pool.
Oh, no.
It's not the same as holidays. No pool. I know you're not meant to, but the other day I chased her with a hose.
Hose pipe ban!
I don't care.
Police!
I drowned her with a hose. I chased her around the garden and says, that's like a pool, isn't it? Have that hose all over you.
Yeah, they need to learn like we learned. Good
old
morning
days.
to you. Yeah, if the kids are breaking up today, enjoy the summer holidays if you can. Stick with us here on talkSPORT. The British transfer record has been shattered, by the way, for the second time this summer, as Aston Villa's Morgan Rogers completed his move to Chelsea in a deal worth a mind-boggling £117 million. It's crazy. And if you watch the unveiling video on social media, you might have picked up on this very familiar voice.
It's official. Morgan Rogers has signed for Chelsea. 23-year-old England international. One of the best attackers in football. And the man himself is here with me now. Morgan, why Chelsea? Why now?
I'm joining the biggest club in London. The way the club wants to go and how it wants to move forward is something that I want to be a part of, and I think it was just perfect for me. I'm a free spirit, free-flowing footballer. Like to take risks, make things happen, change games, wherever that might take.
Nice. I like the video.
Yeah.
With our Jason Cundy.
Yeah, from the Maldives, I think he is.
I would have preferred if he'd have done, has anyone seen?
Must be nice. Still working from the Maldives.
He deserves a break.
He doesn't.
He got hammered all summer. He needs a wee break. Chelsea's summer spree shows no signs of slowing down. Rogers follows Italian fullback Marco Palestra, Sporting Lisbon's teenage sensation Giovanni Quenda through the doors at SW6. That means Chelsea now own 3 of the 10 most expensive players in Premier League history. They better start coughing up then some results and be challenging.
The pressure's on this season. You know, no international football, 1 game a week. They've got a top manager in, and now they're still buying big players. No exception this season. Minimum of top 4. Minimum.
Do you think they could do more than that?
I think it might be difficult because still you look at their defensive problems. Losing Cucurella, their best defender, they've got to replace him. Centre halves, they need a couple of centre halves, top ones. I still think there's part of that squad that they need fixing. Give a centre forward. I don't think Delap's the answer. João Pedro is a good player, but he's more likes to play out on that left-hand side, number 10. So I think they've still got issues in that squad. I still fancy Arsenal to finish above them.
Okay, pleased to say join us now to get his thoughts on the Blues transfer business this summer. It's the Athletics Chelsea writer Liam Twomey with us this morning. Good morning, Liam.
Good morning, Liam.
Good morning.
How are you doing? I mean, this is a big old fee for Morgan Rogers, isn't it?
Well, we were just thinking that Chelsea's summer was a little bit too quiet relative to some of the previous ones in the Blueco era, and then in the space of 48 hours, they swoop in. We knew they'd liked Morgan Rogers for a long, long time, that he was top of their list for a versatile attacker. What we didn't know is that they were prepared to go £117 million deep for him, and now he's a Chelsea player.
Liam, I think what Chelsea have here in a player, and if you look at Aston Villa's statement, it explains everything about Morgan Rogers. His behaviour has been top, proper pro, no issues at all. And you've got a player here that can play anywhere in that front line. You know, he's got pace, he's quicker running with the ball, he's strong, he's got that physical presence, he can score from outside the box. He's great with his first touch and playing little 1-2s like he will with Cole Palmer. I think he's a game changer for Chelsea. I really do, mate.
Yeah, I think Chelsea really prize his versatility. As you say, his ability to play at times on the left wing, on the right wing, as we saw with England against Argentina, as a 10, even as a false 9, if you need him to.
Yep.
I think Chelsea really, really like that about him. I think they like the fact that he does his best work in that little left pocket, which kind of makes him a natural balance to his best mate, Cole Palmer. So I think they just saw him in terms of a profile as the perfect player to complete this attack, which already will feature Palmer, João Pedro and Estevão heavily. It's Xabi Alonso's job to fit them all together.
That actually sounds lovely, doesn't it? It sounds like a good team on paper. I mean, do you think he walks into the starting 11? If so, who makes way for him?
I think he has to at that price, doesn't he? For that scale of investment, I think he will start a lot of games, if not all of them. We still don't entirely know what system Xabi Alonso is going to play, whether it's a 4-2-3-1 or something more like he played at Leverkusen with those 2 pocket players behind a number 9. But I think whatever he starts with, whether Morgan Rogers is one of those 2 10s or he starts nominally as the left winger, I think he will spend most of his time in that left pocket.
Yes,
I think that's where
agree.
Xabi Alonso wants him. I think that's where Chelsea wants him.
You know what else he's very good at as well, Liam? His work rate. Like, he will work. And let's not forget, in a couple of games, he played centre midfield at the World Cup. You know, so he showed his versatility there as well. He can play as a centre midfielder. But what Chelsea can expect from this player is that if there's a player that I've seen at Aston Villa in my whole time, Jack Greaves was good at it, but Morgan Rogers, his running power, Liam. If he receives that ball in that inside left number 10 position, the way he can drive through the middle of the pitch with that ball, it opens up so much space for other players.
Well, and I think that's something Chelsea have really lacked across the squad, really. If you look at the last couple of years, a bit of athleticism, a bit of physicality. I know, Morgan Rogers isn't necessarily playing a position where you'd expect him to win the ball 10 times a game, but 6'2", muscular frame. Yep. This is quite a small, quite light squad in a lot of areas, and I think you've seen with the signing of Marco Palestra and now of Rogers that Chelsea are maybe tweaking their profile a little bit now, maybe more appreciating the physicality and the athleticism that you need to succeed in the Premier League too. And it brings a nicer balance, I think, injecting Rogers into this attack.
100%.
It feels, Liam, that for the last few years, with the focus around Chelsea, they've been bringing in young players and they haven't had a lot of experience. Where will they be with that next season? We're going to see experience coming into this side now.
Well, we were hearing going into this summer that Chelsea were prepared to tweak their recruitment strategy, that they were looking to sign at least a couple of ready-made players. Now, they definitely consider Morgan Rogers to be one of those. I think they consider Marco Palestra to be one as well after his Serie A season last year and the fact that he's so physically developed. Experience comes in many forms. It can be age, it can be just games you've played, high-level games. Rogers has played in Champions League, Europa League, as well as a couple of full seasons in the Premier League now. So he's absolutely ready to come in from day one. I expect Chelsea to continue to be aggressive, trying to bring players in. They certainly want at least 1, maybe 2 defenders.
I think that's important though, isn't it, Liam? Like attacking players, yes, but Chelsea's problem a lot last season was defence, wasn't it? You look at Arsenal's defence, you look at other teams' defences, and you look at Liverpool maybe, you look at Gahey going to Manchester City. Losing Cucurella, I need to replace him. And probably 2 centre-halves, would you say?
Yeah, again, it depends on what system Xabi Alonso wants to play. They actually have quite a lot of centre-backs, but just not a lot of centre-backs that they trust.
Exactly.
I think having Levi Colwill back from day one will make a massive difference, but I think they're still looking for maybe a more physical profile to play alongside him in a 2 or a 3, and that's why you see someone like Maxence Lacroix, who's a big physical guy, but also very quick across the ground, which Chelsea also need trying to defend high up the pitch. So
you look at
they're
Arsenal,
looking for
don't
that
you?
balance.
Yeah, you look at Arsenal and look at Arsenal, Gabriel, Saliba, Mascara, and Capier. Obviously, Saliba's injured, but last season so strong at the back. And once you've got a good defence and a good goalkeeper, a goalkeeper as well, they probably need Chelsea. The rest takes care of itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, we saw the value of being an elite defensive team with Arsenal last year. They didn't blow people away in terms of scoring most weekends, but if you're guaranteed that 0 at one end, then you give yourself a chance always.
Well, thank you as ever, Liam. We appreciate you coming
man,
on this
Liam.
morning. Keep
Look
us
after him.
posted. Thanks, Liam. The Athletics Chelsea writer Liam Toomey with us this morning. Coming up, we'll continue to take calls from Manchester United fans who are not happy with the ticketing situation at Old Trafford now. We're also discussing who should be the next Scotland boss following Steve Clarke's departure. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. Good morning.
Let's talk about this story doing the rounds overnight about Pep Guardiola and Italy. Italy, of course, not part of the World Cup jamboree. Does raise the question, Kev, because we know now that there was a verbal agreement in place between the English FA and Pep Guardiola as recently as 2024. Obviously, that didn't quite happen in the end. If he is serious, Guardiola, about taking an international job, in the wake of that collapse against Argentina, is there an argument for the FA making a play now for Guardiola and deciding to pivot from Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah, look, I'd love nothing more than to see Pep in charge of our national team. And I think not only that, I think he'll give us something which will give us direction for not only just for the next 2 years, 4 years. He could help the FA within it. And, you know, I've been part of that. I know the culture and the DNA of what Thomas was talking about in, last week and what they're trying to achieve. But I think Pep could add something different. I think he's got something, he'll give us a style, he'll give us an identity of what he sees the game, how he sees it. And I think he'll be one who'll want to help everybody all down the line, if you like, the 21s, the 18s. I think he'll bring it all together.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Very good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Wednesday the 22nd of July. It's 18 minutes past 7. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor with you. It's made the papers today. United fans kicking off in a ticket row as a second group of United fans have been sent emails to revoke their season tickets for allegedly breaking the club's terms and conditions. So United fans are having their say on this online. We've got a few of you getting in touch with the show this morning as well. Keep these calls coming in. Have you had one of these emails? Are you worried you're going to get one of them? 03717 22 is the number. Hussein is with us now, and you're not a happy camper. Hussein, good morning to you.
Good morning, Hussein.
Good morning, everybody, and first of all, condolences to the great Kevin Keegan.
Yes.
As a Manchester United fan, we have a lot of respect for Keegan, and we will miss him dearly.
Well said, Hussein.
So yeah, going back to the issue with the emails, and it's not just the emails. It's been going on for a number of years now. You know, you travel. I mean, I've been following Manchester United since '80s, and it was one of the best stadiums, one of the best clubs to follow, and going around Europe, following them, absolutely loving it with family, and it's enjoying. Now I feel that every time I approach the stadium, I feel scared because you've got like all these security staff following you around, trying to pull you aside. So last year I got pulled twice away games in London, and it's horrific because like there is more security outside Manchester United than when you're traveling to a holiday abroad, on airports.
When you say you got pulled, what was the reason?
Yeah, why would they pull you?
Well, they're pulling because what they're saying is that, first of all, they pull you aside. Right, can you show us your phone? I said, no, I'm not showing you. This is against the law. You can't force me to show you emails of the actual ticket itself. They want to see that the email attaches with your name, and then they want ID, like your bank card, your driving license, or your passport. I mean, all this it's bullying tactics. It's totally wrong. They need to stop it because what the caller said earlier about anxiety and mental health, absolutely, you're supposed to be going to enjoy the game. I do understand that there's been an issue with Manchester United for many, many years for touting. I do understand, but this is a small element. They need to target those. That is still going on, and I think that will still continue. These VIP packages from these big companies out there who are charging thousands for tickets. Target them, not your ones who've been going for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, who are enjoying. All those people are suffering now, and it's horrific that people are getting emails before the start of the 26 season, and they have to already, go through all this worry that, once they get to the stadium, they'll get pulled aside and, tagged. And even when you get to Old Trafford now, scan this, scan that, then they pull you aside. Can we do some extra checks? This needs to stop. Manchester United need to re-look at this and put a different system in place, because I tell you what, they're going to lose thousands and thousands of fans, and it's going to affect people. It's affecting me anyway. So
yeah, well, you're not the only one saying it. I mean, I can see messages coming in here now who's saying who it's happened to other people as well. But this email seems to have rattled a few cages, that's for sure. Keep your calls coming in on this, by the way. 03717223344 is the number. Hussein, thank you. By the way, more on this on our website as well at talksport.com if you want all the information. And a reminder as well, live boxing returns to the TalkSport network this Saturday. Anthony Joshua is back. He faces Christian Prenga in a warm-up for the huge Tyson Fury clash later on this year. Our team is on the ground in Jeddah, bringing you all the latest from a busy fight week. And don't forget, you can watch along with us. You can get on the couch, fire up the YouTube channel and catch our watch along of the night fight as well. That's AJ versus Christian Prenga this Saturday, 7 p.m. on TalkSport and on the TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel and on your smart TV for our watch along. And it's time now for this.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Kick off your day with a quality coffee on the go. Start with Costa Express.
Come fly with me, come fly with Ray. If you could use some Cobra bombing booze, there's a bar where you'll find Ray. So come fly with me, come fly with Ray.
Oh God, Ray, I miss you so much. I've not seen Ray in ages.
Dead, isn't he?
Do you know Big Al, or we're going to call him Wee Al?
Wee Al.
Wee Al's back.
Like that, though.
I think he'll like it. Because he's all slim and trim now.
Little Al, Wee Al. What?
Wee Al works.
I like it.
Wee Al works. Wee cute Al.
Yeah.
He's always been a
Don't
bit
call him cute.
He is cute though.
No, he won't like being called cute.
Especially when he's in a huff.
No, don't call
Cute,
me
yeah.
cute.
Oh,
That could
cute.
go the opposite. You could be angry if you call him cute.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
didn't think
It's not a nice thing to be called
cute. I've been called a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, but I don't think for someone like Al, I don't think he'd like that.
Because it ruins his brand.
Yeah, it's not
Laura,
really
does it-
masculine, is it?
Yeah, just say it like
You
you're looking
cute.
strong.
Wee strong Al.
Yeah, you're strong.
He's looking hench.
Looking hench, yeah.
Hench,
Cute and
Al.
hench.
He's back soon, as will be Ray Parlour. And Laura is with us now. Sorry, we're already painting a picture of
That's
just not true.
Well, the clue there is in the song that's just been played. There is a piece in The Sun today, page 21. It's plain bad form. 2 in 3 people will behave badly on planes because they do the same at home. Bad habits include blaring out loud music or even painting their nails. Most annoying acts on the flight are watching films without headphones and bringing stinky food on board the aircraft. Next is someone leaning over to take a photo out the window or filming TikTok clips. What do we make of that, Gabby? What are the worst pieces of behaviour you've seen on a flight?
I've seen
Presumably you're in business class, just to be clear. No, or you're roughing it with us, are you?
I'm a man of the people.
Wow, okay.
Those footballer prices have gone.
Yeah, okay.
I got on a flight from Lisbon to Istanbul for the Villa Cup final. There's a lady sat next to us, and honestly, like, she must have brought out of her bag like a 7 courses. It was like
food.
Fish, it was this, it was that. I'm just looking at her like, when's she gonna stop eating? It was like how many courses do you want? Honestly, they're everywhere. And she'd get back up and she'd go and get another course and get back. And I was like, 3 hours 20 left, 2 hours 20 left. She's still eating.
Still going.
It's like, put the knife and fork down.
Yeah.
Have a sleep.
Did you say this to her?
No, I was looking at like,
you hungry, love?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like she's been on a desert island.
I've never seen food before.
Honestly.
Yeah. What do you make of, I think my biggest bugbear is people reclining their seats. Now, I know this divides opinion, right? You're absolutely allowed to, but if I'm eating, I'm going to need you to put it up. And I don't think you need to recline it on a 1-hour flight.
No,
okay? I think that's besides what we need to do. How about this in the Daily Star as well? Young adults top the treasure trove chart. More than 2 in 5 Brits are collectors, with Gen Z topping the list. More than half of all men do it compared to women. Books, jewellery, watches, vinyl records, and even cryptocurrency are among things people collect. I don't think you can collect cryptocurrency. That's like saying I collect money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you collect anything, Gabby?
I don't collect anything.
Not match balls, medals, trophies. We're not collecting those, are we?
No, we're not. No trophies.
Not collecting.
My career.
No.
I'm a boring guy. I just go home, I watch sport, come to work.
You don't collect anything. Shebahn, do you collect anything?
Do you know, now you mention it, I think I've been collecting all of my accreditations from football games.
Why?
Which I think is quite a good
That's
one to
nice.
keep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Good memories.
Yeah, at the World Cup.
Yeah, they're quite cool lanyards.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, quite cute.
Yeah.
And my kids are collecting squishy dumplings. You
I
know,
beg your pardon?
this is the new trend. Squishy,
My
squishy
8-year-old,
dumplings.
she's
Sorry.
talking about it yesterday.
Is this the new Labubu? Have we
Yes.
evolved from a Labubu?
We have.
Okay, what's a squishy dumpling then?
So they look like, you know, when you get dim sum in a little box, you know, the little round box, and then you have to open it so you know what colour it is. So you just keep buying more, so you can try and collect all of the colours. I'm being absolutely
How much do they
robbed right
cost?
now.
Like, how much is one?
The mini one's about £3.
Okay.
But my son got a giant one for his birthday. It was £35. And I thought, that is the biggest waste of money I've ever seen. And it wasn't the colour that he wanted. So I was fuming. But see, when I was young, I remembered when you'll know this, Tetley tea bags, other tea bags are available. They used to do the collectibles for the little miniature kettles. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember this. I remember stealing them out of the packet. My mum would get them, I'd be like straight in there, and I want them. Yeah.
Gabby?
Sorry, I want to change the subject. So I've been thinking about flying and problems.
Okay.
What they need to do when they build new planes now, if it's Jet2, Ryanair, EasyJet.
No, they don't build the planes, but carry on.
No, but make the
Comes
lanes
Mr. Aviation.
bigger. You know, say you want to go toilet on the flight, and you look, and there's like the lady or man with a trolley that side. You look to the other side, you can't get through, and they don't move them. And then you're looking at them, and you're like, I'm not going to stand here for like 20 minutes. Can you like put the trolley back so I can get out?
Can you not squeeze past?
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to do their job, Gabby.
Yeah, but like, you don't even need a toilet. You need to go. You know what I mean? You got the passengers go to the toilet. I see a lot of people complain about that.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be amazing if they thought about it when they built the planes and making space?
They thought about
for
you,
the trolley to go through and human beings to go through as well.
Like a passing lane in a road.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard,
Do you know what?
Do you know what I mean?
Now you said that, what I hate is when people get up immediately when you've landed. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
honestly.
Sit
In a rush
down.
to get out.
Your bag is going to be there. It's okay. I can't stand it.
I have to say something, you know, I can't help myself.
Do you?
I say something, I say like, guys, like, we're not going anywhere. Look, we've got to wait
We're
for
actually
the,
stuck.
Yeah.
we've got to wait for the coach to come and get us. Just relax, okay?
Sorry, I know we need to break, Ollie.
You're in row 70 and there's only one exit at the front. Why are you stood up?
Sit
Do
down.
you know what
Why are
really
you stood up? Sit down.
gets my goat?
Shut up.
When we land, right, after a 7-hour flight, and that's managed to go through the sky safely and we've landed. But the guys with the stairs to get you off the plane are on their lunch break.
Yeah.
And you're sat there for an hour, and I'm like, how is it the simple things that can't get done?
No. And
we
they'll
just
be like,
need stairs to go off.
we're waiting for the stairs or the bridge. Come on.
Oh, we've let a wee fire.
I know, we could do this all day. We could do
Also,
this all
sorry,
day.
quickly.
Oh, no.
When you talk about when you get off the plane, when you're playing lands, and say, like, you're in row 10, the rows behind you, when you're trying to get out and they don't let you out.
Yeah, this.
I'm looking at them and I'm like, I have to just stand up and say, can you let me get out, mate?
Yeah.
Like, get my bag and get out. Like, am I meant to wait until you all want to rush off?
No, we do it row by row.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they should include this in the safety thing.
Honestly.
This is how
who you are.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't like that. I just feel like everyone's just saying, like, just relax, guys. Like, relax.
No, you're right. You're dead
Sorry,
right.
Ollie, you can pray. Just relax.
Let's just drop the news and do this for the rest of the show,
It's true,
shall we? Laura, thank you.
Just relax.
I feel like I've opened a can of worms here. Sorry.
I feel like
There's no rush.
you might need to relax right now.
Let me get my bag. Let me put it on my shoulders and walk off.
Get
Stampede.
Uber Plus out of here. That was all thanks to Costa
Get a private jet like Simon Jones.
Coming up, we'll hear from Antonio Areola on exactly which signings he thinks this Liverpool side need to make this summer.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Kick off your day with a quality coffee on the go. Start with Costa Express.
You said we should respect Argentina as the holders.
Mm.
Do you still respect them after their performance in the final?
Why do you, Alex?
Well, they played like a bunch of thugs. Even
Alex,
the scenes at full time, they were laying punches on celebrating Spanish.
Yeah, of course. I don't like that. Of course, that is what they do. They leave a bit on everybody. And then, of course, at the end, maybe their true mentality comes through and you see them as people.
Look at that picture on the screen now for those watching on YouTube. Is that what you want to see at the end of a World Cup final?
No, Paredes, I simply don't. What I would like to see is, look, if I'm honest, I wanted to see Messi do something in that game. I think the Spanish, though, throughout have been magnificent. I think they only conceded one goal throughout the whole tournament. They proved, they kill you with 1,000 cuts. Their passing's magnificent. Rodri's, whether he's the player of the tournament, it's certainly been a magnificent turnaround from him, from Man City. But, look, they'll have to take a good look at themselves. I think the referee was doing the best he possibly could in difficult circumstances.
Because he could have got the yellow card out a lot earlier, but that would have in itself ruined the game, wouldn't it, if he started chucking out bookings?
Well, why didn't he do that? I think he could have made...
he was trying to manage the game. I think he knew that inevitably an Argentinian player
they were
would have
getting
to be
away,
sent off.
but they were getting away with this against England, and nothing was happening.
Yeah.
The Six Nations, where giants do battle and legends are made. Epic sports which demands an epic voiceover every time. And actually has an interesting story as well. It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. The other home nations were a bit jealous, wanted in on the action, and after England played Wales in 1882, they all decided to hold an annual festival of international rugby, or the Home International Championship, which kicked off a year after. Now, the first decade was dominated by England and Scotland until Wales finally won in 1893 and Ireland a year later. After years of dipping in and out of the championship, France was invited to join full-time in 1910. But because France isn't a home nation, they had to give it a rebrand and settle on the Five Nations. But France were actually kicked out of the tournament in 1931. They were accused of paying players when rugby was still strictly an amateur sport. They had to wait years to be let back in, but after World War II, the Five Nations resumed. Didn't always run smoothly though, like in 1973 when all 5 teams won 2 matches and lost 2 matches. Now, because they didn't do points difference at the time, they just decided that everyone was the champion. It's like trying to keep kids happy, you know, the whole "you're all winners." In the years following, other teams in Europe started to get better at rugby and actually got to a stage where they were regularly beating teams in the Five Nations. In 1997, Italy beat Scotland, France and Ireland home and away. So 2 years later, the Five Nations invited Italy in, creating the Six Nations as we know it. In recent years, there have been calls to expand the tournament further to other European teams. Georgia and Portugal have been prime candidates to join of late. It's also been suggested there could be two tiers with promotion and relegation to promote growth of the sport in Europe. But the existing nations are a bit reluctant. So for now, it looks like the Six Nations, or Six Nations, or Sei Nazioni, is here to stay.
Good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. You can browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. You can check out their website for more details. My name is Shebahn Aherne. Good morning. Gabby Agbonlahor is with you as well. Now, Liverpool fans, listen up. Andoni Iraola has just been speaking to the media and has revealed what he thinks needs to happen in this summer's window for the Reds.
No, I think it's difficult to say a number when the market is open. And you have to be always open to new options to improve the squad. And there are obvious situations that we know that we need to sign players, where wingers, for example. No, we definitely need to sign a winger. But there are other situations that we will have to analyze what the market gives you, what's the cost, how we also see the players we have. We have some, I said the other day, some tricky positions where we have like injured players that we trust, but still not the ideal situation. So it will depend a little bit of a lot of things.
Andoni Iraola doing press earlier on. Do you think there's a chance that they could get Bradley Barcola?
Oh, I think if Diamandi goes to PSG, that's 100% goes through. They've got every chance, yeah. I'm sure Arsenal are interested as well. But I'm sure Liverpool want him a lot more than Arsenal, and they really need a standout winger.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they need a left-footed right-side winger, to replace Salah. It's hard, isn't it? Like, it's no chance to get Elise, zero chance of getting him. But Bowen was one that I thought might fit in there short-term. But it's difficult. It's really difficult looking out there. I do love the lad from Bayern, the younger lad, Leonard Cole, but I don't think he would leave Bayern either. But Liverpool have got to be clever. Their recruitment team have got to be clever and maybe find someone out there that no one's expecting and get at the right price, and maybe they're not the finished article yet, and you turn them into the finished article.
Do you think you'll see more of Rio and Gamoa this
100%,
season?
100%, yeah. Top player.
Still got to remember he's so young.
Exactly, but I feel like last season there was games when you come on and
he's a star.
Yeah, and he was just like so confident. And what you love about a young player is relentless. They'll get at you. That's what I love about watching him. Defenders nightmare, Shebahn, because he gets the ball, runs at you, gets a crossing. He's chopping left and right. He can score as well. And I think no better manager for him to work under than Iraola. He'll learn a lot from, but they can't rely on him. The difference of like getting more game time out of him, but they still need a marquee signing on that right-hand side. I don't know who that will be, but I'm sure he's got his eye on a few players, Iraola.
So plenty of players impressed at the World Cup, including Barcola, but one nation didn't impress.
We know we ain't no Argentina, but we got John McGinn, and Rob Boyd on the wing.
No Scotland, no party. Blank's Tartan Army. I can't believe that felt like another tournament ago.
I know. They're disappointed, didn't they? But like some great memories for the fans.
Yeah.
Getting to the World Cup and the goal, John McGinn goal against Haiti. Could it have been a lot better? Yes, it could have. I think if Scotland had played Haiti last instead of first, and they knew what they had to do, they knew they had to score 2-3 goals to get through. Maybe it was different.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting time. Today marks exactly 4 weeks since Scotland's blink and you'll miss it World Cup game came to an end. By the way, I didn't write this, right? Scotland fans, they're winding me up. Despite what the song says, the party definitely continued without them. For Steve Clarke, he also decided that he'd had enough, so he called party time and left immediately after Scotland's last game against Brazil.
You was harsh on Steve, wasn't you?
I was harsh on Steve. I was fuming. I wasn't happy. You know, we were all a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
And I get that, you know, looking back, probably was a little bit emotional.
Yes.
Weren't we all? You know, we all get emotional in those situations,
yeah.
and you're
You
disappointed.
wanted more, didn't you?
And by the way, yes, maybe I was harsh on Steve Clarke saying grow up. He doesn't have to grow up. He's done a great job in getting Scotland there, but in terms of, I think his attitude towards the media, I didn't like.
Through
Just
the
because
tournament.
that's my job, Gabs.
Not that one off, but all through was he not very good?
All through the tournament.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so that's just my job,
Yeah,
right? So
fair
yeah,
enough.
I can speak on my part of
course,
that.
yeah.
However, still massively grateful.
What he's done for Scotland.
Absolutely. He's one of the best things that happened to Scotland in terms of football
100%.
for a
Totally
long,
agree.
long time. And he deserves all the credit for that. And I hope whatever he does next, you know, good luck to Steve Clarke on that. But I mean, what is next? Who comes in? We were talking earlier on about Pep Guardiola, if he were to possibly get the England job. And I was actually thinking, I think the FA, and maybe in a time soon, you could see somebody like Emma Hayes get appointed at the England job.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think she really captured the nation this tournament. I think a lot of people enjoyed her analysis.
Yep.
People like John Terry saying to Simon Jordan, you've got to spend time with this woman
Yes.
and understand her brain, and maybe stop judging people on having worked with women,
Of course.
but just being a world-class coach,
Yep.
which she is. Anyway, that's maybe not my argument to have,
No, it's fine.
but when it comes to Scotland,
Who would you want? Because Derek McInnes is one that would have been a favourite.
yeah, he would have been.
To Rangers, of course.
Mhm.
Do you think Scotland have to look now at maybe doesn't have to be a Scottish coach?
Yeah, possibly.
Can be a foreign coach. Is that something that maybe they need to start looking at?
I think it's very possible. I mean, I like that you have that patriotic way about you, and you understand it, and it's important to you. And Steve Clarke's Scotland story is interesting in itself, between like his second last cap and his last cap was something like 7 years. You had to wait, you know. So, you know, I think knowing what it's like to play for Scotland and to love the support and to love the country is important, but I don't think it's everything.
I do think a manager as well who comes in needs a bit of help of talent coming through. Because you look at Scotland's squad of players and some very exciting players. We look at them defensively, especially the centre halves. They were never going to be good enough for a World Cup. You know, Grant Hanley, McKenna, missing the other centre halves. They're not great centre halves. So when you're playing against elite players, they're always going to struggle.
Yeah.
I think Scotland got everything out of their defence.
Yeah.
I mean, Robertson and Tierney, of course, great players. We look at fullbacks that Scotland have got as well. Is there any better coming through the 21s? Be interesting to see.
Well, let's get more on this now. The thoughts of someone who represented Scotland at 3 major tournaments. Good morning, Kevin Gallagher. How are you, sir?
Morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Gabby. Morning, Shebahn.
How are you getting on? You all right?
Well, I've got over the hangover of the party time. Watched the rest of the World Cup, and I couldn't believe what happened at the end with Argentina. But hey ho, that's the way it goes, and Spain are the champions.
Absolutely. How do you feel about Scotland? I mean, there's reports that it could be Scott Brown, which I'm all for. I like the sound of that. Stephen Naismith also been mentioned. Alex Neil. Who do you think might get this job?
It's a tough one. I think someone that has to. I mean, we've done this before with Craig Brown, if you remember, and Craig was getting sort of when we didn't qualify for 2000, and Craig left the job, and it was right. Who do we get? And it was everybody jumped on ship. We'll get Bertie votes. Bertie was doing really well. It's new thing. It's a German thing. But what we didn't look at, and what people didn't look at, was what was behind the trail of the guys for 2000. We didn't have a lot of talent, and I know Gabby's touched on it there. And when Bertie came in, he got rid of all of us 31, 32, 35-year-olds and brought in the younger players, and you just look what happened to Scotland. So for me, we need someone that knows Scottish football, knows the players pretty well, and someone who's been really close to the SFA is David Moyes. And It wouldn't surprise me. It's going to be an expensive one to get him away from Everton, but it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to get Moisey.
Kevin, it'd be interesting to see. I agree what you say. I feel like you need a mixture, don't you? You need your experienced players, and you do need the young players coming through to give a hand. Like Ben Doak, I thought he was really exciting. He could be Doak. Sorry, he could be the future of Scotland on that right hand or left hand side. But I was looking at the strikers: Shankland 30, Dykes 30, Che Adams 30. And I'm looking at the next tournament and then the next World Cup. Who's going to be Scotland's number 9 at the next World Cup?
That's a good question, that one. I wish I'd done my homework now.
Who's coming through? Do you know what I mean? Who's coming through like the 21s, and who's going to be the striker that like gets some game time before now in the next tournament?
That's going to be the interesting factor, you know. And as I say, age is just a number. You know, I look at the Ronaldos and I look at the Messi and the ages that they're at, and they're still playing in big competition. So why can't like Shea Adams and like why can't the Lawrence Shanklands lead the line? You know, for another couple of 3 years. I see it at club level where teams go and they'll go and buy a 30-year-old player in because they've got a 17, 18-year-old kid who's not quite ready. Mm-hmm. And they sort of use that player for a couple of seasons, and then the young kid comes through and is developed, and then he goes in, and then they just get rid of the older player. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the kind of way that Scotland's going to have to work it for the next probably 2 years to see what does develop through the under-21s and see what can come through. And if we do have a goal scorer, who's going to snatch them up? And that's going to be the interesting factor.
Last night, Hearts played against Stromgrass. They were beat 4-0. I didn't watch the game, and I hear that they actually did a really good performance. The manager said that it was all good aside from being beat 4-0. It's going to be a tough one for them next week. Where do you stand with Scottish football? Do you think they had their chance to prove everybody wrong last season and that won't be the case looking ahead?
I think so. I mean, Hearts were very, very unfortunate that they ran out of steam probably going into the final 5 or 6 games, and then the pressure at the end with the Celtic match. And not winning the league. You know, they're probably still celebrating finishing second and getting into the Champions League side of it. So that side of it. But when you lose your main man in Lawrence Shankland and a couple of other players, it makes it very, very difficult. Yeah. And I think already you can see in the Champions League, you know, Sturm Graz, they're quite veteranized in the league itself. But Hearts, you know, just showed you that Scottish football still a little bit further away when you are a Hearts and you're not an old firm team.
Yeah, it's going to take some more time. Listen, Kevin, thank you so much for your time this morning. Have a good day.
Thank you, mate.
Have a good day, guys.
Man, Kevin.
Former Scotland there. Kevin Gallagher with us this morning. Still to come for you on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more in-store or online as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Aston Villa fans, we're taking your calls this morning. Rodgers has gone. Alejandro Garnacho is potentially on his way in. Gabby's not a fan though.
Garnacho, you know, he's got the ego of Ronaldo, but the level of play of David Bellion.
Oh, hope you feel good about yourself, Gabby. Do you agree with them though? 03717 223344. Is he the kind of player who you want joining your club? Or do you want to tell Gabby to cheer up and back Unai Emery to get the best out of him? The player whisperer. 03717 223344 is the number to have your say. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Want to win a brand new Ford Ranger? Just spend £100 or more using your Travis Perkins trade account to enter into the draw. T's and C's apply.
I've got to get your opinion. because Wayne Rooney delivered quite a withering assessment of it on TV last night. That half-time show, 27 minutes. Now, first of all, from a player's perspective, you're playing in a World Cup final. You're used to 15-minute half-time, particularly as you mentioned, the veteran stage of your career. Lionel Messi, for example, when maybe your joint sees up a little bit more than they would do normally. Is it fair on the players to have to wait 27 minutes so we can see a pre-recorded song by Madonna, we can see Shakira come out and mime, and we can see Justin Bieber come out and suck the life out of the entire stadium?
Do you know, like FIFA, to stay true to the values of the game, if it's a 15-minute break in all the other World Cups, it should be a 15-minute break in this one. That's where they've gone too far. The water break as well will be thrown out. It's an Americanized, World Cup.
It was to sell adverts.
Yeah. Well, I don't care what it was for, but it was changing the momentum of games. It was giving managers an opportunity to stitch in information at vital times in the game. Now, look, I put myself in the mind of the players. And when are we listening to the halftime team talk? Are we going straight in to listen to the manager? When it's a rousing team talk, we've got to wait 20 minutes before we then, he actually gets into it.
The subs can't even go and warm up on the pitch because it's covered with
you can't warm up. What are we doing? How are we keeping those muscles and minds?
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor is here. All thanks to Arnold Clark. Now, the transfer market is in full swing, and someone at the centre of the headlines is Bournemouth's Alex Scott. Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester United are all circling the youngster, but Bournemouth are refusing to budge on their huge £80 million valuation. Do you think he's worth that price?
He is, but the problem is, Shebahn, we talk about ages of players and different transfer fees, how old you are. Also, different transfer fees for how long you've got left on your contract. So Morgan Rogers, 4 to 5 years left on his contract. So Chelsea know there's no way getting him on the cheap. Different for Alex Scott. He's got 2 years left. So that's why you're not going to get 80, 85, 90 million when someone's got 2 years left. So if he doesn't want to sign a new contract at Bournemouth, he's not going to do. So then say next summer he's down to a year, Bournemouth are in a horrible position where, okay, do we take 30, 40 million or do we keep him another year and lose him for free? So this is the time now where it's like, okay, sell him for 65, 70 million, which is fair because of the length of his contract left.
He's a great player as well.
Yeah.
Good to see all these clubs.
Hard for Bournemouth though, because whatever they're offering him, it'd be double.
Yeah.
A team like Chelsea.
We can get the inside track actually on Alex Scott now. We're joined by his former Bristol City captain, who also happens to be one of Gabby's former Aston Villa teammates. Austrian international Andy Weimann is with us now. Good morning to you.
Andreas. Good morning.
Good morning, Shebahn. Good morning, Gabby.
How was Gabby as a teammate then? I mean, we'll get to Alex Scott in just a minute.
No, he was good. He was always up for a laugh.
I bet he was.
Did really well for Villa, so no, he was great.
Good.
What a good player, but I was up for a laugh.
Yeah.
Cheers, Andy.
He's got a hernia this morning, Andy. I mean, if you can send a physio his way, he'd be very grateful as well. He's been crying. How's the paracetamol kicked in?
Yeah, it's kicked in. Good. The painkillers are working.
That's good.
I'm happy for you. Talk to us about then Alex Scott. Like we say, a number of big clubs interested in signing him. I mean, just how good is he?
He's really good. I think he started training with us at Bristol City when he was 17, and you could see straight away how what a good player he is. Just dribbling, his ball-footed, his tenacity. I think you've seen it the last couple of years in the Premier League, how well he's done, and I'm not surprised he's linked with all those teams.
What would you say his main attributes are, Andy? You know, like, because he looks like he's got everything to me when I watch him.
Yeah, exactly that. I think when he first started playing for us, I think he was playing right wing back because he was too good to not play. But then he couldn't get in the team as a centre mid, and then the older he got, he played as a 10, and now I think at Bournemouth he's like an 8, playing in the middle of the park, and just I think he glides past people with the ball. I think he's really, really comfortable on the ball. He's got a good shot on him, to be fair, so maybe he can score a few more goals. But I think he's got everything, to be honest.
Where do you see him going? I mean, we mentioned Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United. I'd like to see him at Manchester United. What do you think?
It's hard. I mean, I think, like I said, I think he can play for all of those teams. I think he's again, Bournemouth have done well there in Europe, but obviously one of them teams. I think you can't say no if you've got an offer from those teams.
I think as well, Andy. You know, 22 years of age. He played 37 Premier League games last season, 3 goals, 1 assist. Do you think he's a player that will look at himself and say, I should be scoring more? I've got the quality to score more goals?
I think he definitely has the quality to score more goals. I think maybe that's the one thing he needs to work on a little bit more, because when he was at Bristol City, probably that's the one thing where he said he did everything apart from maybe score. So if he can improve that, I think there's no stopping him after that.
These price tags, I mean, are absolutely incredible. I mean, 117 million Morgan Rogers to Chelsea, 80 million for Alex Scott. Is that a worthwhile price tag in this market?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, like you said, the price tags. What is the right price? You don't know anymore. I guess whatever the club offers is the right price, probably. But it sounds crazy money, doesn't it?
Andy, yesterday, Sturm Graz beating Hearts 4-0. How good of a side are they, mate? And is that tie over, do you reckon?
Yeah, they're not bad. Obviously, I went to Austria for the end of last season to play there, and they won the league the 2 years before that. Didn't manage to win it last year, finished second. But they're if I'm allowed to say, like a horrible side. They make it really hard for teams. Ball's probably not in play as much as you'd want it to. They play for set pieces, make it horrible. And to be fair, 4-0, I can't see them conceding 4 goals.
Some of those teams, though, Andy, like Sturm Graz, you get like that name, like Rapid Vienna. You get these teams, don't you, that like they're experienced in Europe, aren't they? They're always in the qualifying round. So even like Hearts getting them, and maybe Celtic when they get their playoff. It's never easy, is it, mate, against these teams? We used to always get beat by these sort of teams, pre-season friendlies all the time.
Yeah, definitely. And I think being in Austria last year, I think how much it means to them as well to qualify for Europe. I remember when I was at Villa and we were playing in the Europa League, it was maybe not the main thing to play those games, but for them to get into Europe, it just gives them so much money. So they'll try everything to win those games, yeah.
Just on the subject of Villa, Andy, Alejandro Garnacho reportedly on his way to Aston Villa. Would you be keen for him?
I seen that yesterday. Yeah, I'm not sure. I seen Gabby's post as well. He wasn't happy about it.
That wasn't me, mate. It was my social media team.
That's what Garnacho said.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think obviously you got to trust the manager. I think he's been brilliant, and every player he brought in he's improved. So yeah.
Okay, Andy, how much would Gabby be worth in this market, just before we let you go?
At least 80 million, I think, yeah.
Thank you. Instalments. Pay yearly.
Andy, have a great day.
Top man, Andy. Look after yourself,
Thank
mate.
you. Cheers.
Alex Scott's former captain and teammate, Bristol City there. Andres Weimann.
Great player.
Alex Scott said this before, but his stepsister's the Manchester United women's captain.
Oh, lovely.
Mila to say.
Yes.
So the two of them at Man United would be quite cute.
Yes.
That would be cute.
Oh, absolutely. I think 80 million's a lot, though, when you've got 2 years left on your contract. So I don't think clubs are going to go up to that level. They'll probably wait another season and you get in for 30, 40 million next summer. Okay, coming up for you Villa fans, we're taking your calls this morning on the news that Morgan Rogers is gone, but Garnacho is back. 03717 223344 is the number to call and have your say on talkSPORT Breakfast.
you're a Chelsea fan, Tim. What's your view on Enzo Fernandez?
Yeah, I mean, well, this season I've been a huge fan of what he's given us on the pitch. He's a great player to have. He's always popping up with one of those classic goals from just outside the area, sort of just runs in, smashes it in. Lovely to see, can't complain. But in the World Cup, the way the guy's conducted himself on the pitch is just absolutely disgusting. I'm just thoroughly embarrassed that he plays for my club. You know, the way he's just been flying into tackles, that one in the final when he got sent off, him dancing around on the pitch with the Falklands banner, it's just disgraceful. I want him gone. Let's just catch in.
Tim, can I say, I totally take your point on those parts there, especially the Argentina parts. But with everything that's gone on with Chelsea, especially this season, where at times you've been a bit of a laughing stock under the Liam Rossini moment, seemed to come to my mind and seem a little bit soft.
Yeah, I know.
Seem a little bit soft. Is it wise to get rid of the one player with a bit of bite, even if he is to all the other things you've just said?
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying there.
Yeah.
And it's a really good point. And I've got to say, it's one that's quite difficult to answer. I guess it would all depend on who you replace him with, you know.
And you've been doing really well at that, haven't you, your club, replacing people?
Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, you've punched me.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pittodrie on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shebahn Aherne alongside former Villa striker Gabby Agbonlahor, and we are here all thanks to Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. You can get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. You can check it out online now, and we're going to start this hour with a love-hate relationship involving our very own Gabby Agbonlahor that might need a little bit of resolving and counselling this summer.
If you let me love you, let me love you. Garnacho! Alejandro Garnacho!
Just watching a player wanting to take people on, the feeling's like, wow.
Garnacho can race clear. Can he finish it off here for Chelsea? He does! Alejandro Garnacho!
Garnacho, I like him. Looks like a threat. Fearless as well.
Garnacho!
I'm in love, my friend. I am. Garnacho.
Aston Villa are in advanced talks to sign Alejandro Garnacho on loan with a potential obligation to buy.
Pardon? The thing that annoyed me the most, mate, was Garnacho. His final ball's not good. He can't strike a ball hard. Whenever he has a shot, he literally trickles. Garnacho, you know, he's got the ego of Ronaldo, but the level of play of David Bellion.
Yeah. Clearly a little bit flip-flopping there, Gabs.
Maybe one of those comments after one good performance where he must have done well at Manchester United.
What, one good performance and you're in love?
I don't know. Listen, a lot of Villa fans agree with me. He's. How can we sell Morgan Rogers? And there must be more. I trust his manager. Garnacho is not the only attacking player he's going to bring in now. He can't do because we're in big trouble.
Do you feel you're more personally disliking him now because of some of his antics, or is it just as the footballer?
Listen, like off the field, and maybe people might say his attitude or whatever, but I'm going to judge him on like what I see when I watch him. There's a reason why Manchester United got rid of him. There's a reason why Chelsea don't want him, because he's not at the level. And like for a club like Aston Villa, where we want to be and where we want to go, it's frustrating. But I get it in the sense of with these stupid financial fair play rules, the manager's hands are tied. He's got to look at options like a loan and maybe it's a permanent. If Chelsea request that it's hard out there. Look at Somerville. We wanted Somerville, and Al Hilal, whoever it is in Saudi Arabia, have come in with a crazy offer, 20 million more than what Roma have agreed to pay, and he's gone. So it's very difficult in this transfer window for a club like Aston Villa to get the top quality players we want in because of our restrictions. We haven't got the money to spend. So maybe it turns out to be a clever bit of business for a player that maybe the manager can finally get the most out of him. He's only 22, so I'll say that. He's still young. But from what I've seen in the last few seasons, and the stats back it up, it hasn't been good enough. It looks like lack of confidence for an Argentinian squad that lack wingers, losing Di Maria, and still Garnacho doesn't get into their 26 available players for a World Cup. All this doesn't look good, but in Unai Emery, I have faith. But now I will say, Rashford done okay. Sancho didn't work. So it seems like we're getting a lot of Manchester United, Chelsea players that they don't want, and they're coming to Aston Villa and still not performing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that said, he's 22 years old and he has been around for what feels like a little while.
Yeah.
He has got Premier League experience, but there has been a little bit of trouble wherever he's gone. I mean, Amorim struggled with him. Ten Hag reportedly could not control him at Manchester United. We know he loves a bit of, social media bait. Yeah. talkSPORT resident Chelsea loudmouth Rory Jennings says he is the only player he has ever hated. Don't know if that's necessary, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't know if that's great. I actually think he's a great wee player, to be honest. But I think that those kind of he is a good player.
Not great.
I think he's a good player.
Great. He wouldn't have been let go by Man United, and Chelsea will be rubbing their hands together with a obligation to buy. What I'm hearing.
Don't get me wrong. Let's see when he did the whole Rashford. Remember he put on the Villa shirt with the Rashford name in the back, and he was standing with the Lamborghinis and all that. I'm like, right, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that, and that is you being a wind up. You at the time backed him. You said that you just put up a picture supporting his mate.
I didn't think that was a problem.
No, he was stirring
Aston
the
Villa
pot.
is a very lovely shirt to see. Maybe he liked it.
He's a pot stirrer. He is,
Maybe.
right? But he's still young.
I get it.
I wondered if Unai Emery being this player manager that everybody goes
on. He can do, But what I seen in the last 2 years is that whenever he's got 1v1 with a defender, he struggles to get past them. And even when he does, his final ball isn't good enough. Whenever he shoots, he hasn't got the power to really have a good shot at goal. So I look at all those and I'm thinking, like, with the problems maybe that he's got with his attitude as well, into a group of players that are together, just won a European trophy. All these, do you know what I mean? Like, is there not anything better we could have got? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I trust this manager in what he wants.
Villa fans, do you agree with Gabby on that, or do you feel the same towards him? Do you not want Garnacho at Aston Villa? Are you willing to give him a chance? See if this relationship works. 03717 223344 is the number to call. We've got Will, a Villa fan, with us this morning. Hello, Will.
Morning, Gabby. Morning.
Morning, mate.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Will, do you want to see this one work, or are you a straight no to Garnacho?
Absolutely not. Don't get me wrong. Garnacho does have the qualities in him to be a world-class player. But again, as you touched on there, his head is so much into social media and getting the likes and the clicks and the follows rather than focusing on his own career. But let's just touch on Rory Jennings being Chelsea loudmouth for you guys. We're not only last week or the week before that he said that Morgan Rogers wasn't worth the fee that they was offering, and then when it came through that he was screaming about how it's a bargain and great value for money.
Totally agree, mate.
But what I want to see is, I've heard rumours that we're looking at Garnacho and Nicholas Jackson, combined spend of 107 million. Why don't we use that 107 million to break the bank to go for Ferran Torres?
Yeah.
We've been linked with him over multiple transfer windows, but yet nothing's happened.
Yeah.
We have a Spanish manager and a Spanish national player. That is just
Good shout.
looking.
Great shout, mate. Great shout.
And then, in regards to Morgan Rogers, I wish him all the best. He was solid for us
Yeah.
all the way through the season. Every player has their ups and downs, but he was solid for us. No faults with him. The guy is humble, and you never know. With him being at Chelsea, he could even end up and be with his best mate Jude in Real Madrid.
Yeah. Well, very good call. Thank you very much. Keep these coming in. 03717 223344. We've got Jack with us now. Jack, do you like it?
Good morning,
Garnacho
Jack.
to Villa?
Morning, guys. How are we?
Yeah, good.
Oh, well, mate.
You good?
Yeah, good. I'm not sure about Garnacho. I'm really not. I think Emery's got a bit of a sort of weakness with his signings, where he likes to take these players that are in not necessarily a bomb squad, but they're on that sort of sell them if we can pile. And he likes to take them and say, oh, maybe I can fix them. You look at Sancho, you look at Elliott, you look at Rashford in the past. One of those has worked. You know, it's on loan, maybe, but I don't see it working when we're trying to have a small rebuild of the squad. I don't think we need a disruptive personality when we've got a lot more new faces coming in the summer than what we would usually have.
I think as well, Jack, you watched him last season, the season before. He hasn't really lit up the Premier League, has he? And I get it, the manager might have his hands tied with what we can bring in because of these stupid rules. But it's not one that excites any fan, is it, mate?
No, it's not massively exciting. I mean, if he comes in, hits the ground running, we'll all love him.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it happening with Garnacho, even if he has got the quality on his day to be that electric sort of winger.
Okay, Jack. Well, thank you for your call this morning. Tom, have you got any positives towards Garnacho?
Come on, Tom. Positive, Tom.
Morning, guys. Nah,
Morning, mate.
I'm exactly the same. I don't want him at the club.
Oh, dear.
No. Yeah, like Gabby said, I think he's got an attitude problem. And, yeah, I think there's better players that we can sign out there, to be fair.
Do you not think there's a player in there, though, and he's 22, and I've been annoyed as well by his antics, you know, but he is a good player. I think everyone's saying that he's, you know, not up to much and isn't at the level. I just think he needs a reset, and he needs somebody who can bring the best out of him, who can manage him better.
How many resets can you have, though? Do you know what I mean? He's been United for how long? Chelsea. I mean, Unai's a great manager, but I don't think he's going to change him. He didn't change Sancho. When they're on that much money a week, then, you know, they're not interested, are they? So yeah.
I think the hard part, mate, is when you watch him play and he struggles to get past the player. Do you know, that's frustrating. We need a winger. Sancho was the same, wasn't he? I didn't see him get past anybody. We need someone with lightning pace who can get past the player. Somerville would have been amazing, but I wouldn't want to just use our money on Garnacho. And I'm hearing maybe an obligation to buy as well. I don't like that, mate.
No, I don't like that. And I mean, they're on about bringing in Rafael Leao as well, 50 million. So,
yeah.
All right, Tom, thank you very much.
Top man, Tom.
Scott, Villa fan, Scott, any positivity?
Come on, Scott, be positive, Scott.
Go on, Scott, take it home.
Morning, guys, how are we doing? Come on then. No, exactly the same as all the other callers, really, in regards to Garnacho. Sorry. I'm just a bit sceptical on it in terms of attitude, like last caller said, been at Man United and Chelsea, and I just think it's a bit all about himself a little bit. I'm just a bit concerned with Villa, Gabby. I'd like your thoughts on it in terms of obviously won the Europa League and so on. And have we, with the PSR stuff and all that sort of carry on, have we hit a bit of a ceiling in what we can sort of achieve? I mean, you look at Rodgers gone, Tielemans gone, Onana's out for the season until March time with his ACL, which is a shame. And then we've got Digne rumoured to be gone, and then potentially Konsa's going to be getting bid for. It's like, Jesus, just decapitated us.
Do you know what, Scott? Like last season, did we overachieve? Have we overachieved since the manager's come into the football club? Yes. Can we overachieve again next season? Yes, we can. Listen, it's all against clubs like Aston Villa and Newcastle and all the other stupid idiot fan base out there that don't understand what we say about these stupid rules. But this manager will keep fighting. This manager will keep finding a way. He will bring in the right players, mate.
The odds,
exactly, and he'll keep doing it.
Mate, he does get the best out of the players. What we do have. I mean, this top six carry on as well. Where
exactly.
I mean, where have people been? These so-called big six. 2 or 3 of them ain't been in the top.
Exactly.
4 or 5 years.
Where have Spurs been for 2 seasons? Exactly.
All right. Scott, listen, thank you very much for your call.
Top man, Scotty. Up the Villa. Up the Villa. Shebahn.
Come on.
Scott, cheers for that. I think you should give him a chance, Garnacho. I think he would do well under Unai Emery.
You're so nice.
Someone's got to be.
Give like people a chance when you were younger, Shebahn?
Poor Garnacho, 22, getting absolutely hammered on national radio by absolutely every Villa fan under the sun. If Garnacho does join, he would be Villa's 4th signing of the summer. After Manzambi, João Gomez and Cisse, the exit door has already been busy with sales of nearly 200 million, with Morgan Rogers, Yuri Tielemans and Malin all leaving. Coming up next, we will focus on Chelsea and whether they are genuine title contenders with their new arrivals this summer.
There is a line that you should not overstep, and they overstepped it communally numerous times.
Got to be a long ban.
Yeah.
Jeff, if you look at it, Jeff, if you watch it back 5 or 6 times, Paredes, what we say, on Garcia, he grabs his neck, and the way Garcia's after the game, Garcia's neck jolts. That's assault.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like, it's assault.
Like you, Stuart Pearce believes that the Argentinian midfielder needs an incredibly strong punishment.
But you've got to say, and just to back up exactly what you've just said there, sometimes in life and in football, what goes round comes round. And that's exactly what's happened to Argentina today. And I'm sure FIFA will see the punch that was thrown at the end of the game, and obviously they were quite happy to extend a 6-game ban for a Qatari player, and I'm sure when they see a punch like that, it'll probably warranty a 20-game ban. I'm sure FIFA will be right on top of this, Aid.
Yeah. Well, they should be, because something's got to be done to stop.
You want to feel
like
safe on the pitch, don't you, Jeff? Do you know what I mean? You can't let the punishment has to be that big that no one ever does that.
It is assault.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Shebahn, they can't sell me Ada for 10 million to Ipswich.
He's gone.
Are they trying to like cause Celtic fans to lose their minds? You can't, like, without me Ada, where are Celtic? Your main player, I like him a lot for 10 million. What a steal!
How do you think
I'd have
he'll
him
do
at Villa
in the
for 10
Prem?
million. I think he'll do very well. Like, can he do better at a lot of stuff? Yes, but he's a threat. I can't picture a Celtic side without him leading that line. I rate him highly. 10 million.
Yeah.
10.
Bargain at the end
What
of
a
the day.
steal for Ipswich.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Wow.
Good morning. You listen to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor. Now those yellow and green Norwich scarves sound like they'll be needed at Old Trafford again, with Manchester United fans already unhappy. They've reacted with fury after thousands had their season ticket accounts restricted. This story's doing the rounds online and the papers as well this morning. It's an attempt by the club to identify potential ticket touts and those breaking the club's ticketing terms and conditions. So they've sent an email out to so many fans, some of them basically feeling that they're being accused of ticket touting. We can find out what Manchester United fans think now. Paul is with us, a Man United fan. Paul, good morning.
Morning, Paul.
Good morning, Shebahn. Good morning, Gabby.
Paul, thanks for coming on. Tell us, have you had this email, or have you got friends who've had this email? How did it make you feel?
Yeah, so I received the email at the weekend. I'm in a group of about 50 friends who've travelled for the last 4 or 5 decades, United home and away, loyal fans. My children now travel with me as well. They've also received the email, and I think the club have lost the plot completely. When you try and speak to anybody at Manchester United now, it seems to be a real soulless connection. No one in their ticket office has any affiliation, any emotion attached to the club. They're just there, you know, providing a service. We have older statesmen in our group who can't transfer a phone on their phone to their wallet to gain access because they don't understand how to do it. So as a collective, we help each other out, applying for tickets, applying for away games, trying to get seats together, organising travel, because there's a large group of us that travel together. And United have written to us and basically said, because one of our colleagues has logged in and applied for tickets for us, we are now classed as ticket touts and all of our accounts are suspended.
Oh dear, Paul. I mean, hopefully we're going to see resolve on this. I think what's important today here at talkSPORT is when issues like this happen, we hear from the fans, you know, that the message will get across that they've got to address this. You're right. I mean, you've been following this club home and away with your kids, with your family for all these years, and you're not the only one who's been jarred and affected by this email, making you feel like you've been accused of doing something wrong when you've been trying to help somebody out who might not be tech savvy. So, Paul, thank you for your call this morning. Let's hope this gets resolved.
Thank you.
All the best, Paul. Thanks very much for your call. You can keep these coming in. 03717 22 3344 is the number. And now we can get the latest odds with Coral and Dave Stevens.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. Celebrating 100 years of rewarding the fans. We're here for glorious Goodwood. T's and C's apply. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org.
Hello there, Dave. How are you this morning?
Morning, Steve-O.
Shebahn, Gab. Very, very good morning. Gab, it was performance of Ronaldo. No, what was it? Attitude of Ronaldo.
He's savage this morning.
I didn't know Gab had that. I didn't know he had that level of vitriol in him.
I'm sorry. I know I'm just a bit too honest at times, Steve-O. You know, I love my football club, and to lose Morgan Rodgers and replace him with Garnacho, I mean, where do you go from there? To be honest,
that doesn't seem like a particularly fair swap for Villa, does it?
Not fair, is it, mate? No.
Listen, clip it up. If he scores in the first few games, your man over here
it's
will
like
be like,
swapping Steve-O for Simon. Do you know what I mean? Like,
sorry.
it's not on.
Which way round, Gab? Which way round?
Like, you're Rodgers, Simon's Garnacho.
Hold on.
Villa. Dave, talk to us about the title odds, because Morgan Rodgers going to Chelsea for 117 million. There's this conversation around Chelsea. Are they genuine contenders to win the Prem next season?
I genuinely think this betting and this potential title race is fascinating, because what is it? New managers at Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham. Michael Carrick starting a season for the first time at Manchester United. You look at it and you think the reigning champions, who actually won the league very comfortably, sticking with that manager, they deserve to be favourites. They're actually drifting in the betting. They're 13-8 now, Arsenal. They are still favourites, but 13-8 and 6-4. That's because so many of their players seem to have really hard World Cups. And obviously, at the moment, Arsenal haven't been busy in the transfer market, whereas the likes, obviously, of Chelsea have. So it's their Manchester City 11-4. I think Maresca's got a mountain to climb. I do think the comparisons with replacing Sir Alex Ferguson at United are absolutely valid. And look how long it took. They've never been able to replace him, and Pep's in that bracket. 6-1 Liverpool, but question marks over Iraola. Manchester United, Shebahn, 6-1. And then it's Chelsea 10-1, Tottenham 20, and Aston Villa 28. And Gab, honestly, and I've said this to you before, I'm not trying to wind you up. I had you down a few, before the World Cup as the potential biggest challengers to Arsenal, because you've got a brilliant manager, you've got some really good players, you've got a settled team, and I thought you could kick on. The transfer window clearly hasn't gone your way. You're 7-2 to finish in the top four, so you're behind Chelsea, United, Liverpool, City, Arsenal.
Rightly so.
What now constitutes, what's your target at this stage? And I know there's plenty of activity still to come.
I think qualifying for Europe, top 6, top 7 next season will be fantastic. And can we get to the knockout stage of the Champions League and try and win an FA Cup or Carabao Cup? It's going to be difficult, Steve-O. I hear what you're saying, but no Villa fan ever thought we'd be challengers this season because the financial rules don't let us. Do you know what I mean? We had to sell Morgan Rodgers, Tielemans has gone, and we're looking at players like Garnacho. We can't look at the top players. We're not allowed to. So the rules are against us, Steve-O.
Yeah. Sorry, on a related football theme, I heard you talking about next Scotland manager earlier.
Go on.
This is fascinating. I got to be careful. So the favourite is Roberto Martinez. Is it fair to call Roberto Martinez a serial underachiever at international level, or is that harsh?
I think it's harsh, but you can say it to his face, Dave. And then come back to me and let me know how that goes down. Would
it excite you, Shebahn, as a Scotland fan, to have Roberto Martinez as England manager? Scotland manager.
I think it would intrigue me. I don't know if it's the answer, to be honest. I don't know if
he's done well at Portugal with his win record. I think he's got the highest win percentage as a Portuguese manager.
Can we afford these guys as well?
But underachieve with 2 top generations.
That's what I mean, Gab.
Yeah.
David Moyes 5-1, John McGlynn 5-1. My other question. No, John McGlynn. Gab. John, don't worry, you're not losing another.
Already? I know he's doing his badges, but it's a bit soon.
My other question to you, Shebahn, would you accept an Englishman as your national team manager?
You would.
It depends who it is.
So you would, yeah?
Yeah, I think if it was the right person for the job,
I'm just looking down the list. There aren't. Steven Gerrard, 16-1. Graham Potter, 20-1. Are the first.
And then Steve-O, maybe if they get to the knockout stages of the Euros or the World Cup, the manager then, English, can go to 5 at the back, and then they lose the game.
I mean, it just depends. It depends where you stand on it all, but No, of course. I mean, if it's the right person for the job, who cares where
What if
they're
it
from?
goes wrong? Ooh.
And if it goes wrong, it went wrong for
Yeah.
you lot.
Run.
Dave, thank you so much this morning, Dave. We appreciate
Top man, Steve-o.
all the best. That was a look at the latest odds with Coro. 18+ BeGambleAware.org. Coming up next, we'll be joined by one of the legends of English sport. Ian Poulter is with us next.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with the Coral Rewards Shaker. With 100k of free bets available online this Tuesday and Friday. We're here for glorious Goodwood. 18+, max 1 reward per day. Reward restrictions and T's and C's apply. GambleAware.org.
What does the future hold for Rashford? My understanding is that he ideally would still like to leave United, still not particularly happy with the hierarchy there over the circumstances of his departure this time last year. And while there is a slim chance that Michael Carrick reintegrates him into his first team squad, I think United ideally would like to sell as well. In my notebook on the talkSPORT website today, I talk about Fenerbahce in Turkey being interested, but Rashford doesn't seem particularly keen on that move. It all feels a little bit like limbo, Kev.
Yeah, and I think that's it. I think it was the same last year, and you know, he come up trumps with the Barcelona move. Where did that come from last season? And you think, oh, go there, and then you have the season, and was he up and down? You sort of got mixed reviews, didn't you, from there, and whether they were going to then, you know, take him on this year and sign him. But I think probably the biggest block and the stumbling block for himself is the actual money they're going to have to give him. You know, and I think that's the problem. Do Man United want to go, you know, okay, we'll let him leave, but, you know, and take a hit on his wages and pay half of his wages so they can get him out. I think that's what they probably had to do in the last couple of seasons when he went to Villa and now Barcelona. So, yeah, it's all a bit of a mess, isn't it, considering, you know, being a Manchester boy, you don't really like to see it, but it's all really a bit of a mess.
The Six Nations, where giants do battle and legends are made. Epic sports which demands an epic voiceover every time. And actually has an interesting story as well. It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. The other home nations were a bit jealous, wanted in on the action, and after England played Wales in 1882, they all decided to hold an annual festival of international rugby, or the Home International Championship, which kicked off a year after. Now, the first decade was dominated by England and Scotland until Wales finally won in 1893 and Ireland a year later. After years of dipping in and out of the championship, France was invited to join full-time in 1910. But because France isn't a home nation, they had to give it a rebrand and settle on the Five Nations. But France were actually kicked out of the tournament in 1931. They were accused of paying players when rugby was still strictly an amateur sport. They had to wait years to be let back in, but after World War II, the Five Nations resumed. Didn't always run smoothly though, like in 1973 when all 5 teams won 2 matches and lost 2 matches. Now, because they didn't do points difference at the time, they just decided that everyone was the champion. It's like trying to keep kids happy, you know, the whole, you're all winners. In the years following, other teams in Europe started to get better at rugby and actually got to a stage where they were regularly beating teams in the Five Nations. In 1997, Italy beat Scotland, France and Ireland home and away. So 2 years later, the Five Nations invited Italy in, creating the Six Nations as we know it. In recent years, there have been calls to expand the tournament further to other European teams. Georgia and Portugal have been prime candidates to join of late. It's also been suggested there could be 2 tiers with promotion and relegation to promote growth of the sport in Europe. But the existing nations are a bit reluctant. So for now, it looks like the Six Nations, or Six Nations, or Sei Nazioni, is here to stay.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor is with you. It's 8:33. And despite splashing nearly $500 million last summer, Liverpool are set for another summer overhaul under Andoni Iraola. Speaking in Chicago, ahead of their pre-season tour in the US, the Liverpool manager... Right, shut that door. They're loud out there, aren't they? Speaking in Chicago ahead of their pre-season tour in the US, the Liverpool manager admitted they'll need some defensive recruitments to prepare for the new season ahead. Oh, sorry. So Gary Van Dijk, do you think he's still going to be the leader of the team? Do you think he's going to get somebody in at the back there with him?
I think that they've got players, haven't they? The young Leone had a bad injury last season. They signed Jaquez as well. They will have options there at Liverpool. We'll probably need one more centre-half to come in. I'm not sure Joe Gomez is the player that they've got to look at as cover. Obviously lost Canate to Real Madrid. Do need to replace Robertson as well. They need cover for Kirkes. Connor Bradley at right back. Injury problems as well. Frimpong didn't look great at right back either. Yeah, Liverpool needs some incomings for sure, but I'm sure they're going to give the manager what he needs.
We'll wait and see. More on this on our website at talksport.com. Delighted to say and welcome this man to the show.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, hey, Mr. Postman.
What's the tune, Mr. Postman?
Who sings it?
I don't know. It's Motown, isn't it?
That is Motown.
Yeah,
I'll give you a point for that. The Marvelettes.
Yes.
Download that on your...
Good old days, Japan.
Takes you back to a
You know what I
simpler
mean?
day.
Imagine the people used to go out for nice meals and then you have this sort of music coming on afterwards. Everyone's suited and booted, nice dresses.
Oh.
Not now, this Gen Z lot have come through and it's all casual and
All right.
trainers and
All right.
T-shirts. And,
All right.
I mean, I miss those days. I wish I was around in those days, the 70s, 80s.
I think we wish
To
that
make
too,
an effort,
Gabby.
Shebahn.
That would have been nice.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
Shirts and suits only, the good old days. No?
Now you're
Oh,
sitting there in your
yeah.
T-shirt that you wear every day. You could wear a suit if you wanted to. 12-time winner on the DP World Tour, 3-time winner on the PGA Tour. He's currently preparing for the Live Golf UK event, which kicks off tomorrow. We're looking forward to that. And 5-time Ryder Cup winner, where he earned the nickname as the Postman because he always delivered points for Europe. A very good morning to Ian Poulter. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I'm doing
Ian.
very well. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're
Hello,
very,
mate.
very well, thanks. What about you? Do you agree with Gabby? The good old days and suits and nice dinners, Polks? It's changed times.
It's changed. Yeah, when you turn 50, you always look back at those days, right, and go, "Car, how good was it?"
Good old days,
Yeah.
definitely.
How are you getting on? I mean, are you preparing for Liv coming to the UK again? This might be the last time, Ian.
Yeah, who knows? We'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, it's Pro-Am Day today, so it's great, full of celebrities. Playing with Zach Brown this afternoon. Luke Humphreys. My good old friend Tom Hartley Jr. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing week. It's JCB's in beautiful condition and ticket sales have gone very well. We've still got a few left. So if anyone wants to come out, bring their kids. Under 12s is free. And I think it's £30 a ticket. But it's going to be, it's going to be an amazing week.
Good. I mean, do you like Pro-Am Day as well, Ian? Like playing with the celebrities? Is it just that kind of break that your mind needs when you're going into another tournament?
It's nice and relaxing, look, especially when it's with friends, guys, like Zach and Luke Humphreys. It's a real opportunity to play the course the day before in tournament condition. And when you're playing with guys like that, it's great. They're good people, good friends, and it's always good to catch up.
And how are you feeling ahead of the tournament? What kind of state are you in for this one?
I feel really good. I finished 4th 2 weeks ago at the US Senior Open, so the realization of turning 50 was very real, and playing in my first wrinkly event was quite enjoyable, to be honest. I all of a sudden felt like Bryson DeChambeau hitting it 30 yards past everyone. It was great.
Good on you.
How good is the JCB club? Because I've heard friends talk about it, how it's one of the greatest golf courses in the country.
I'll tell you what, they've done an amazing job. And the golf course is a stern test, but also it's in incredible condition.
Yes.
Immaculate fairways, the runoffs around the green are just absolutely perfect. You'll see it on TV this week that it really presents itself very well.
Now, you mentioned Bryson DeChambeau there. I mean, he's one of the stars of Live Golf. He made headlines last week after being penalised 2 shots during the Open. Now, I'm sure you've already heard this, Ian, but here's what Rory McIlroy made of it.
I think there's no doubt that he improved the line of his backswing. So, and again, it's like whether it was careless or whether it was intentional, I don't think it matters. Hopefully it was careless. But I think the 2-shot penalty was justified for sure. I won't pretend to be up here and defend Bryson. I'm not particularly fond of him. I think a lot of it's performative. I think a lot of it's for attention. And to hold the tournament hostage like that and have all of us, volunteers, players, everyone waiting on him to depart, I didn't feel like it was a great look.
I mean, I sat there with my gub open watching that interview. I can't believe Rory said that, made it like personally he doesn't really like him. What is Bryson like, when he's not on the course, Ian?
You know what? He's misunderstood, I think. Right. He's very personal. He cares an awful lot. He does an incredible job from a brand perspective with the kids, his YouTube channel. And he's one of the best players in the world. So, he really is quite charismatic and he's actually a nice guy.
Good.
Could you really imagine him, though, calling Donald Trump, and seeing if he'd get involved to help him out? Would you ever have called Andy Burnham to help you out, Ian?
Well, you always call a friend in need times, right? So who knows?
I mean, it's a crazy story. Do you think he'd improved the line of his backswing? Like, where did you stand on that?
I spoke to him and I said, listen, I didn't agree with the overall ruling just because you have to be 100% clear that it did improve it. And the one thing you couldn't see was exactly where his ball was in the rough because the camera angle never showed it. So I think it was harsh when you have to be, 100% sure. Was it clumsy? And I said, yeah, I think you walked in there a bit clumsy. And he agreed. Like, he definitely could have walked around the ball probably a little bit different. So, but look, awkward situations and awkward comments, and everyone's got opinions, and it's very easy for everyone to sit back at moments like this and criticize, and it's hard.
Do you know, I'm glad you said that, because I think at the end of the day, when you've got a voice that can carry so far and influence a lot of people, if you've got nothing good to say, don't say it. You don't have to personally say that you do not like somebody because you think they might have improved their backswing on a course. I was a little bit disappointed in that, and I'm glad to hear people like yourself say that Bryson is a good guy, because he does seem like a bit of a character.
Yeah, look, he is. He cares an awful lot about this game of golf. He does an awful lot for the game of golf. And look, I understand it. People haven't been, particularly nice in the last 5 years with certain comments. Yeah. And I'm not singling anybody out for
Brooks Koepka.
But look, it's there's become this battle between, Live and PGA and the commentators and Golf Channel and the media, and look, it's just a shame, and I hope at some point it goes away and people can get on with the great game of golf and let us all play golf wherever that may be, or whatever tour you might want to play on, and let's just entertain the fans.
Ian, I know you love your football, so I want to ask you a quick question. What was your thoughts on our World Cup and how we performed in the game against Argentina?
Heartbroken again from '86, and obviously a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it was heartbreak really, and as good as the guys had played in the games leading up to it, I just felt that again, I'm giving an opinion as a non-football player watching a game of football, and we played the defensive format that I thought was going to catch us out. And it proved that we did. I'm almost glad in some ways it didn't go extra time, because I'm not sure we had enough attacking force on the pitch to actually drag us through that extra 30 minutes, even if it went there. So it was such a shame, because the football they played, in the third and fourth place, I know it was a bit sort of NBA All-Star kind of game where it was open and free flowing, but it shows exactly what England are capable of doing. We have incredible players at strength and depth all the way through the pitch. and that quality is right there to be used. And I don't think some of it was used on that semi-final game.
Spot on, mate.
Yeah.
Well said.
You're an Arsenal fan as well. How do you feel about Morgan Rogers saying that Chelsea's the biggest club in London?
Well, I can't say it because there might be some kids listening. So.
Oh, fair enough. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Okay, well, listen, good luck to you coming up at Live Golf then this week. But before we let you go, just Adair Manor next year, Ryder Cup. You've spoken about your hopes of one day captaining the side. Is that hope still alive and well?
No. Well, obviously, Luke's doing this next one, and look, the game of golf is changing. I would love to be captain one day. If it happens, it would be amazing. If it doesn't, it's okay. But it would be a dream of mine. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be good to see you as well. Listen, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ian. Appreciate it, mate.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Good luck to you this week. Ian Poulter with us this morning. By the way, you can head over to livegolf.com and use this code UK26MGC to get 20% off your ground passes, as well as being able to head to the Majestic's pop-up pub on the 9th hole at the JCB Club. So that's livegolf.com. Use this code UK26MGC to get 20% off your ground passes. Be quick, the event gets underway tomorrow morning. Still to come for you here on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
So rumours are circling that England could possibly be looking towards Pep Guardiola as the next Three Lions boss. Gabby obviously is all for that. A lot of you would be, but next we'll be joined by a man who's very much against that idea.
It has to be English for various reasons. So you'd say no to Guardiola? And I was like, well, kind of yes, I would say no to Guardiola because the point is it has to be an Englishman.
Okay, Rory Jennings and his thoughts on that. He's small, but he has a very big mouth. He's going to be with us in the studio next. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Argentina to be better than
they've
that.
got some of the players, but I think they've found a way in this tournament to just keep getting by. They were winning in extra time. They were coming from 2 goals down. They did it round after round. They even did it against us. A goal down. They scored 2 in the last sort of 10 minutes, and they've got over the line again. And I think they thought, right, we're just going to have to keep it going exactly the same way. Let's just try and get over the line. But I've got as World Cup finals goes, it was one of the worst I think you'll ever see.
Well, what did you make of how they reacted at the end, Argentina? We saw obviously Paredes getting involved. We saw the whole Argentinian team turning their back on Spain when they lifted it. It was just from beginning to end, even after the final whistle went. It was just nasty from Argentina.
Yeah, it was. They've definitely not won any fans over, have they, this tournament?
No.
Argentina. They might be the most hated nation in world football.
I've changed my mind now on Messi and Ronaldo. I was team Messi for a long, long time.
Back to Ronaldo.
I saw the bit where Cucurella sort of covered his mouth but didn't. And then Messi almost went to the head teacher and was grasping oh, he should get detention.
I'm disappointed, and honestly, man,
You don't need to do that.
I love Leo Messi, right? He is everything I want from a footballer, but that was horrible.
Why did he do that?
I don't know why. It's a World Cup final. I think
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
very good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor with you this Wednesday morning, 10 to 9. Chelsea have been dominating the news agenda this morning after officially announcing the signing of Morgan Rogers in a staggering British record deal. And if you watch the unveiling video on social media, you might have picked up on a very familiar voice.
It's official. Morgan Rogers has signed for Chelsea. 23-year-old England international. One of the best attackers in football. And the man himself is here with me now. Morgan, why Chelsea? Why now?
I'm joining the biggest club in London. The way the club wants to go and how it wants to move forward is something that I want to be a part of, and I think it was just perfect for me. I'm a free spirit, free-flowing footballer. Like to take risks, make things happen, change games, wherever that might take.
117 milli, and Morgan Rogers is a Chelsea player. On top of that, Alejandro Garnacho looks set to leave the bridge this summer, with strong links connecting him to Gabby's beloved Aston Villa, which he's not buzzing about. A lot of Villa fans not happy about the idea of that this morning as well. It's been a whirlwind 24 hours if you're a Chelsea fan, so nobody better to break it down than talkSPORT's very own wind-up merchant, Rory Jennings.
Morning, Rory.
How are you?
Morning,
what an honour to be here.
I know, what a treat to have you here. I like your t-shirt.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very
The Shebahn Aherne seal of approval.
Yeah, I like it.
That's what I live for.
And I like the haircut as well.
Oh, mate. Yeah, this is a fantastic day. I'm on cloud nine. Chelsea have got Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
Rogers has said that Chelsea are the biggest club in London. Argentina didn't win the World Cup. Argentina's manager was whimpering like a toddler off the back of not winning a World Cup. It's a glorious day in old London town.
I mean, 117 million though, Rory. That's big buck. You're going to have to get something this season.
Yeah. Look, it's a lot of money. Of course, it's a lot of money, but that's the going rate now. That's just what it is.
It's the going rate because Chelsea keep spending the money.
Yeah, I think that's a different conversation. I think you're probably right. There are reasons why the market is so inflated, and they're not always nice reasons. But what I do think is, if you're going to sign a player of Morgan Rogers' quality, if you're going to sign an England international, a player that's won European silverware with Aston Villa, a proven Premier League footballer, who is also English, where there is a premium to pay, I think that it's going to be somewhere in and around that kind of figure.
I think as well, Chelsea are so good, aren't they, of selling players?
Yeah.
Probably players in the under 21s that they've sold this summer that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
They've created funds. So when you talk about the fee, Chelsea are very clever. Cucurella's gone, don't forget.
Yep.
For like 50, 60 million, whatever it was. And I think he's going to add so much to your team, Rory. I'm devastated he's gone. I sent him a message the other day and spoke to him. Said, congratulations, thank you for everything. And you've got one hell of a player.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? What we've got here is a top-class player, an England international, somebody who, in my opinion, could have actually started for England in various games this World Cup. I think he's a class act, and it's been a long time. Like in my WhatsApp group, like my Chelsea WhatsApp group, we were sort of discussing, when was the last time we pulled off a signing like this? When was the last time Chelsea made a statement signing, a player who was at the peak of his powers, a player who basically every team in the Premier League would be looking at? Yes. Arsenal were the best team in the country at the moment. They wanted him. We've pipped them to his signature. When the last time that we could come up with, we're talking Cesc Fabregas. It's a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we went on to win the league that year. So it's been a long time since we've made this kind of signing. I think it's a great player for on the pitch, but I also really rate what it means off the pitch, like the noise that it makes, the statement that Chelsea have made with a signing like this. So yeah, only good news.
It's a great signing, but I don't know where your football club get the nerve to try and give us Garnacho.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you, Rory? How dare you take Rodgers and give us Garnacho?
Yeah, I know, it's insult to injury. It's insult to injury. I can't understand it. I just cannot understand it because I rate Aston Villa. I know the size and the history of the club. They're a big, passionate support. This is bonkers because I rate Emery as well. I have no idea what anyone at Aston Villa have seen in Alejandro Garnacho to think that he is perhaps a solution. I just don't understand it.
Talk to me about the player.
He's a reprehensible character. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing.
What was that word again?
Reprehensible, horrible, objectionable. I mean,
Google.
Hateful. There's very little to like about him. I think that he's a man who's in it for himself. I've seen nothing to suggest that he's a player that
Rory,
he believes he is.
He's 22.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
No,
matter.
both of you
doesn't
chill
matter.
out. You're grown men.
Shebahn.
Hammering this poor lad.
He's not 16.
Poor lad.
No, but he's
22.
22, and I get it. He's got all the riches in the world.
5 years at 22.
But I think it is overkill. He is
It's
a
not
good
overkill.
player.
No, it's
He's a good
underkill.
player. He's a good player.
I'm not intelligent
He's
enough.
in the Premier
I
League
can.
for a reason.
I'm not intelligent enough
He's
or
been
articulate enough
considered
to
by
do
Villa for a reason.
justice
He's
to
been in your
how
club for a
objectionable this
reason.
bloke is.
Rory, can you ignore her?
It's
Yeah, I'm trying.
Can you finish?
I am trying. Yeah.
Talk about Force yourself.
Okay, to any Villa fan, to any season ticket holder in that whole end, I tell you this is an error, a mistake, something that will haunt you. And it's a terrible, terrible statement for Aston Villa. He will disrupt your dressing room. He is not the player that people think he is. Do you know the kind of player that he is, really? He should be running the wing at Cadiz. That's the level of footballer that he is. He should be running the wing at Iber, at best. This belief that he is somehow a fantastic talent that just needs the right manager to unlock him. He is a million miles away from that. He's really destructive to a dressing room. Look at his conduct at Manchester United. Like, whatever you think about Manchester United or the previous managers there, Manchester United are one of the most powerful institutions in football in the world. And the office of Manchester United manager needs to be respected. He's wearing a Rashford shirt when Rashford is at Villa. His brother's leaking team news. He was so disrespectful to Manchester United. And Manchester United fans, they're laughing their socks off that we spent money on him. We're now going to do the same to Aston Villa. It's really weird because I rate Emery so... Emery's talent ID is great.
Can you give me 5 moments where you've seen Garnacho get past the fullback?
No, of course I can't. Of course I can't.
I'm saying, Shebahn, and you
of
are
course I
defending
can't.
because he's 22.
Yeah, he's 22, but he's a very experienced footballer. But his conduct is the reason that we talk like this, Shebahn. Like, it's not a personal vendetta. His behaviour leads to the level of venom that he gets. Everything that Aston Villa are, you know, when you see them play this Emery setup, they're a cohesive unit. They're a tight-knit team. They're a really good, functional...
Amen.
And they all kind of pulling in the same direction, singing off the same hymn sheet. This geezer is a disruptive force. Okay. And crucially, you know, if you're this disruptive and all these words that I'm using are accurate, say he was an amazing player. Mm-hmm. Say he put in a performance like Cantona. Yep. You kind of go, okay, we make our peace with it because he can rock the boat, but he'll win you 20 points a season. Mm-hmm. He'll cost you 20 points a season. It's a terrible, terrible signing.
Well, we'll wait and see.
Well, no, we won't. We won't wait and see.
Well, you're going to have to.
No, this is a spoiler. There's nothing to wait and see. He's a terrible signing for Villa.
Well, we can have this conversation in a few months' time.
But
see how it goes. If he does go to Aston Villa, and you'll be the first doing your U-turn, Agbonlahor, if he scores in his debut, you will. You know what you're like. And you know what you're like. You're miles off at half the time as well.
I'm never miles off it.
You are miles
bang
off it.
on point. They call me on point, Rory.
We're signing a Manchester United and Chelsea reject like that. Like what Chelsea are laughing. Social media yesterday, honestly, my phone was pinging left, right, and centre. Chelsea fans laughing at me, from Rodgers to Garnacho, the laughing stock.
So dramatic.
Yeah, the drop off.
Well, guys, guess what? It's a very special guest. Aherne Gabby is with us next on the show.
Yeah, I wish.
He's on the phone. He's on the phone.
I love him. He should have been in that Argentina side.
Argentina needed him.
Rory, thank you very much.
An honour.
Thank you for your
coming to
honest words,
see you
mate.
very soon, aren't we? We're going to do a wee quiz together.
Can't wait.
Apparently we're on the same team.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That doesn't bode well for me.
Right, you've had your fun. Get out.
Ta-da, thank you.
Taxi for Jennings. Rory back with you very, very soon here on talkSPORT.
In trouble.
Good morning. You listen to talkSPORT Breakfast. Villa fans, you've been having your say on this morning. Rory and Gabby in agreement that he's not the man to go to Aston Villa, that he's a bad seed, a bad apple in the dressing room possibly. Is anybody on the case for Garnacho to Villa? 03717 223344. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. More on that coming up next. And the legend, Ali McCoist, is with us soon.
I watched a lot of Marcus Rashford at Barcelona. I think it was a successful loan, Jeff. He played 43 times in the league and Champions League together, 13 goals, 10 assists. I'm just surprised teams haven't bid for him. I don't understand the Gordon transfer. I really don't. I feel Rashford is a better option than Gordon. He's 28. Is it the wages? Are we looking at someone that maybe his contract, if he's got a year left at Manchester United, the wages are too much for clubs to maybe sign him on a 4-year deal? Is he getting closer to that 30 mark as well? The contract will be something really strange going on there. But whoever signs him has got a fantastic player because he looks like he's in a better mind frame as well. I look at him before the World Cup. He's at Inter Miami doing extra training. At Barcelona, we heard nothing negative about Marcus Rashford. He's in a better headspace being away from Manchester. So if I'm him and I'm his agent, does he look at another club abroad to get away from any distractions that he might have back home?
Do you think he may have to settle for another loan deal?
It's hard, isn't it? Because will Manchester United accept that? Because he's got a year left.
They may not have any options.
I know. Does this come down to the end of August, Jeff, end of the transfer window, and maybe it has to be, because I just don't see him playing for Manchester United again.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
A very good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast Wednesday. The sun is shining here in London. Hope you're doing all right. It's Shebahn Aherne, and with me, former England and Aston Villa striker Gabby Agbonlahor. We're here with Arnold Clark, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your car. You can get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online now. Now, he's been away for a wee while. We thought we'd lost him.
Honestly.
But someone has managed to track him down. And today, he returns to talkSPORT Breakfast.
Capture. Just let it slip. Yo, you ready? His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous. Now, joining us in the studio is a woman who I am going to confidently predicted.
You're gonna what?
Oh, gee, was I? Clearly getting me mixed up with somebody that gives a monkey.
Runs out, time's up, over, blow, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh,
Yeah, I've nailed it, man. I've nailed it. Well, by the way, it's an L and a B and a S, written as pounds. Ebs, a very good morning to you, mate.
How often has this man been the scourge of Celtic? Harry McCoy.
That's all thanks to Arnold Clonald.
Why do you whisper green grass?
Why tell the trees what ain't so? Whispering grass.
Don't tell the trees
they don't know.
They don't need to know.
Oh, Ali McCoy's.
Uncle Al.
How are we, guys?
Ali. How are you,
Alistair.
Guys, I've missed you, man. How are you getting on, the pair of you?
Honestly, Ali, where have you been, mate? I know we're doing overtime here. I mean, talkSPORT got my
Gabby,
passport,
I know,
Ali. I can't have my passport back until you come back in.
Oh, mate, I've been over at that World Cup. I only got back yesterday, Gab. I only got back.
Yesterday?
I got back at the Edinburgh. I only got back into Edinburgh yesterday, and I mean, it was brilliant. But I can't lie to you. I was ready for home. I was ready for home.
I bet you were. But you stayed an extra day to go see Bon Jovi. I saw the videos online, you and Woodsy and Sam Matterface all dancing at the concert.
It was brilliant. I was there as well. We all went, and it was after the final. It was a Sunday after the final, and we missed because it went to extra time. We missed the first half hour. Bon Jovi were brilliant. Listen, Shebahn, up in Boston, I went to see Earth, Wind and Fire and Lionel Richie and myself as well. Oh, hey, Gabby, you'd have loved it, man.
I love a bit of Lionel.
Earth, Wind and Fire were tremendous, man. Philip Bailey took me back when I used to destroy those dance floors in Glasgow, Shebahn.
I've heard.
Yeah,
We've heard, Ali.
Cinders, tearing it up, McCoy. Listen, the amount of gigs that you guys go to, see the amount of pundits and commentators I've spoken to out in America who make sure they fit in all the gigs, especially the talkSPORT crew, Adrian and Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce. They always slot in the gigs around the commentaries.
Well, Pierce is unbelievable, isn't he? I mean, Pierce would go to a gig every night if he could. He absolutely loves his music. So that was the one thing. That was the one thing when I met Piercy at a few of the stadiums, which inevitably you would do. First thing we were talking about, it wasn't Brazil or Spain. It was the gigs we'd been to, and he'd been to one or two as well. So it was great. But I saw the lads as well. I think I saw them at the final. And I think we were all just ready to go home and get back into it.
Ali, talk to me about the World Cup though, Ali. Like, what was it for you? How was the travelling, getting into stadiums, and how much did you enjoy it, mate?
Loved it, Gab. Honestly, it was brilliant. It couldn't get any better after my opening game, guys.
Yep.
I did the Azteca.
Yeah.
Oh man, Gabby, man, it's straight in at my number one, mate. Straight in at my number one. Best stadium, Shebahn, I have ever been in my life. Football stadium. Just the atmosphere, the history. Do you know that way, Gabby? You could just smell it, man.
Of course.
I was down pitch side before the game. In 1970 was the first World Cup I remember, with Pele and Rivellino, Testeo, Carlos Alberto, and all those guys, Jairzinho. And to think, I could still see Rivellino crossing that ball for Pele, and then that was obviously the hand of God, Maradona, and all that stuff as well.
I remember I was watching, Ali. I'm sure you were moaning about being out of breath going up the stairs because of the altitude. Was that right?
Hey, Gabby, I wouldn't let you go up them this morning, I can tell you that. Hey, if that was me at the start of the tournament, Gabby, I couldn't get halfway up now, mate.
So many people said that it was just so many stairs to kind of climb up. Going to the final then, Ali. Did you like the halftime show?
No, I didn't actually. I can't lie to you, man. I thought it was murder. I mean, to see two of my footballing heroes sitting at the front. Sitting at the front of that car, man. I was devastated. Mind you, to be fair to Ronaldo, he was tapping his foot in big Ronaldinho, and they seemed to quite enjoy it. No, the halftime show wasn't for me, to be honest with you. But to be honest, neither was the game. Like it was a terrible. It's a dreadful game. It was a shame. We got such a good one 4 years ago, and we got such a poor one. The only thing you could say, the best team won the tournament by a country mile. I think that was the only pleasing thing to come out of it. The best team won it by a mile, mate.
Ali, I need a favour off you, please, mate. After the semi-final, Chris Boyd posted an Instagram video mocking the English. So in the 6-a-sides that you play, can you kick him for me, mate, next time you play against him?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll need to get into some training myself before listen, I think I went on the bike about 3 or 4 times when I was over there. I'm going on the bike this morning, Gab. I need to get back into training, get some walking done, some bike done. But you can guarantee it, mate. I'll leave one on him. I'll leave one on him next time I see him.
You do that. You do that. I mean, in terms of Scotland as well, Ali, that's a month today. Since we got, it felt like another tournament ago. Have you heard anything? I mean, who's likely to replace Steve Clarke? What do you know?
I don't know. I'm hearing John McGinn at Falkirk, has got a chance. And, I for one, wouldn't think that was a bad idea. Did a brilliant job.
Season, yeah.
Oh, they were brilliant last year. Falkirk and Motherwell in particular, were 2 great success stories last year. And I've known John for a long, long time, and he's just a good, hard-working, honest footballing man. You know what I mean? So we could do a lot worse than John, but I don't think there's any outstanding candidates at the moment. I think Derek McInnes would have been the obvious one, obviously, before he get the Rangers job, Shebahn. But I mean, it was underwhelming, wasn't it? Let's be honest about it. The fans were nothing short of magnificent. But our performance, but our performance was the bit. I mean, the kind way to put it would be underwhelming. Really, we made some diabolical errors, and we're not good enough to make these errors and get away with it. It's just one of these things. But no, it was disappointing.
In all honesty, Ali, do you think you could do it? Do you think you could do the Scotland job? Yeah.
I'd need to give up talkSPORT at least a couple of days a week, would I know?
Yeah, but you could still do it. I just think we need someone with a bit of aura, and that's no disrespect to anyone else, but
I loved it, Shebahn, when Walter was in and he took Tommy, Tam and myself as his assistants to the national team. It was one of the best periods, selfishly in my own life. I loved it. And Tam was obviously an absolute diamond, brilliant to work with. And Walter, as you know what I think of Walter. And we had a great wee period there, and the team did really, really well. I just think we need to, you're right, the one thing, the great thing that we've got now that we didn't have maybe about 10, 15 years ago, I wouldn't say the entire nation wasn't in love with the football team, but it had lost a little bit of love. That's back. It's clearly back, and it's back in abundance. So we want to carry on. The next Euros obviously are in the home nations. So you clearly want to be part of that. I think there's 2 qualify out of 4 and all that. And then if there's any other qualifications, it's a bit complicated, but you'd like to think we can qualify. So I mean, they've got a bit of time to pick and digest and get whoever they want, you know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know whether that ship sailed, Shebahn, to be honest. I don't know, but you never knock back your country, do you? That's for sure, no matter what it is.
There you go.
Ali, going on to the Scottish Premier League. Hearts last night lost 4-0 to Sturm Graz. Obviously, it's going to be difficult for them second leg. Looks like they'll go into Europa League qualification. But do you feel sorry for them losing their manager and their star strikers to Rangers? And how much are you looking forward to the future with Derek McInnes and Rangers?
Gab, I was disappointed at last night. I can't lie. I watched, believe it or not, I watched the highlights. Isn't it brilliant, eh? I get back in for the World Cup, and the first thing you do, I watched that. And I also watched East Kilbride 3-0 up, get beat 4-3 at St Mirren, man. I was devastated, man. But I mean, Hearts is. Do you know something, Gabby? I watched the highlights. I know it sounds crazy. Hearts could have and should have probably scored 2 or 3 goals, but they looked as though they gave up terrible mistakes and gave up chances, and obviously that's a mountain to climb. Yes, in answer to the question, they've lost their talisman, top goal scorer and skipper in Shankland, and Devlin's away as well. So, and the manager. So that, I think, is a massive, transformation within the club. I think they've signed 8 or 9, might even be 10 players, Gabby, Shebahn. So they're certainly not resting their laurels. I know they've lost 2 or 3, but they're looking to move forward. That I wouldn't be judging them next season solely on that really poor result last night. I still think there's plenty of time, and it'll be interesting to see how they start the season. I'd be guessing. If you're asking me to guess, I would say I don't think they can maintain the challenge that they did last year.
Yeah.
I hope in many ways they do prove me wrong, because it was exciting, and there was 3 teams involved for the first time in a long, long time, and it went all the way. And even you could see the reaction with the guys down south. It was always a talking point. In terms of Rangers, I think Derek's thoroughly deserving of the job. I think he's done a great job wherever he's been, wherever it's been Kilmarnock or Aberdeen or, certainly at Hearts, and I'm looking forward. I think he'll be supported by the owners. I think he should be. I think he has to be. And I think one of the things, Shebahn, I don't know whether you agree to this, I was talking to the boys from Open Goal yesterday, Slaney, Lee Shai and Andy.
Like. Good fun.
Oh, I love them, man. I love them.
I'm obsessed.
And I was talking to them, and obviously the Shai and Slaney are really concerned about the lack of activity at Celtic. So I'm thinking to myself, well, let's be honest about it. Rangers, I know Celtic did a double last year, but Rangers and Celtic were absolutely bang average at best last year. So I think it's not a bad time for Derek to go in and get the job, because if he can improve more than Celtic can improve, he'll give himself a chance and Rangers a chance to win the league. So I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? You got away with one at the end of last season there, finishing third. You didn't even get hammered nearly enough, is what you should have been. So mark that in your diary for the return of next season, Ali.
Oh, by the way, I don't think we needed to get hammered. I thought it was unbelievably disappointing. I think they might have lost 3 or 4 of the games at the split, so it was poor, Shebahn, no doubt about it. It was absolutely poor. And I just hope, as I said earlier, we can get the same excitement, the same coverage, the same interest next season,
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah,
I mean, they've done a job.
So Ali, you've had you've been working hard at the World Cup, but it's been a bit of a holiday as well, hasn't it, for you, it seems. So you don't need any time off, Ali. You'll be back to work as soon as possible, Ali.
Tomorrow?
Gabby, listen. I need to tell you two, I'm having to work for talkSPORT in Portugal now. I can't even get spending any time at home. I can't even get spending any time at home. I'm going to have to go to Portugal to work for talkSPORT.
Take your laptop with you.
Yeah.
I think we've got 2 shows over the next week or something like that. So
Brilliant.
Scott messaged me. So how's everybody been? How's Jeff and everybody? I spoke to Big Al. He's in top for him.
Yeah,
Hey, it's not Big Al anymore. It's
Wee Al.
Wee Al.
He's lost all the big. He's lost all his puppy fat. He's Wee Al.
How good's he looking? He's Wee Al and I'm Big Al.
Go get yourself some jabs and we'll see you after Portugal, okay?
Brilliant.
Top man, Ali.
Bye,
See you
Ali.
soon, mate.
See you guys.
See you
Lots
later,
of
pal.
love, guys. See you
Lots
later.
of love. See you very, very soon. Ali McCoy's back with you on
Oh,
the
God.
airways very, very soon. Unless he takes the Scotland job. He didn't completely rule that out himself.
he
He
didn't.
didn't turn his back on it.
Yeah.
Just get Scottish football.
They'll have to
manage
they'll have to up what they can pay.
I don't think they'd be able to afford him. I mean, that's
No,
talkSPORT
no.
fees more than
Yeah,
what
you've got to add on
Clark
some
got over 8
zeros.
years.
Scottish FA. It'll cost you.
Yeah, Ali McCoy's there. Coming up, we're going to turn our attention to AJ's return to the ring, live on talkSPORT for you this weekend.
Let's talk about this story doing the rounds overnight about Pep Guardiola and Italy. Italy, of course, not part of the World Cup jamboree. Does raise the question, Kev, because we know now that there was a verbal agreement in place between the English FA and Pep Guardiola as recently as 2024. Obviously, that didn't quite happen in the end. If he is serious, Guardiola, about taking an international job, in the wake of that collapse against Argentina, is there an argument for the FA making a play now for Guardiola and deciding to pivot from Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah, look, I'd love nothing more than to see Pep in charge of our national team. And I think not only that, I think he'll give us something which will give us direction for not only just for the next 2 years, 4 years. He could help the FA within it. And, you know, I've been part of that. I know the culture and the DNA of what Thomas was talking about in, last week and what they're trying to achieve. But I think Pep could add something different. I think he's got something, he'll give us a style, he'll give us an identity of what he sees the game, how he sees it. And I think he'll be one who'll want to help everybody all down the line, if you like, the 21s, the 18s. I think he'll bring it all together so that it's all aligned and everything else, because I think that's probably what's needed now after Gareth and what he done, and was when everybody forgets a fantastic job what he done behind the scenes and everything else. We then went to Thomas to go and win us the trophy to get us over it. It hasn't happened. So if there's an opportunity now where our number one target of 2 years ago is
Anthony Joshua is is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you this morning. This Saturday, Anthony Joshua's comeback starts as he faces Christian Prenga. So let's look ahead to this one now. And the big fight with DAZN.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. Anthony Joshua's comeback starts this Saturday as he faces Christian Prenga. Watch only on DAZN Saturday Fight Night.
Looking forward to this. Anthony Joshua returns to the ring to take on hard-hitting powerhouse Christian Prenga in a crucial heavyweight battle out in Saudi Arabia, which is live on talkSPORT from 10 p.m. But with that long-awaited blockbuster showdown against Tyson Fury expected to be announced for the back end of the year, Joshua simply cannot afford a slip-up in this one. Founder and president of Matchroom Boxing, Barry Hearn, joined Breakfast yesterday and said AJ's full focus for Saturday's showdown ahead.
He switched on to give himself that extra go back to basics routine. And Usyk's team, I've spoken to them, they're saying this guy was astonished at their level of work. Well, we were always astonished about AJ's level of work in the gym. Going back and doing things that he hasn't done before in a different environment with different people, I think has motivated him to say, I can be better. And when you've got a target, you know, the money's nice. Look, the money's great, but he's on another level. He's looking at making a statement, and Saturday he wants to start the process of saying, this is the new me. And it's exciting for boxing fans. You know, it's a time I never thought for sure we'd actually see.
Yeah, I mean, great to just see him back after everything he's been through, Gabby. And
100%.
You know, I mean, he's been through a really, really hard time. You imagine he'll be prepared as he can be going into this week.
Yeah, and also the tragedy that he went through. Yeah. You know, his two close friends passing away. Awful. That's going to be in his mind as well. He's going to be fighting for them. So I think you see the best of Joshua, I really do.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets the result.
Fingers crossed for him. Yeah. Delighted to say, joining us now, British cruiserweight boxer Pat Brown. Good morning, Pat.
Morning, Pat, mate.
Morning, you all right?
Yeah, we're good, thanks, Pat. I mean, how are you? Are you looking forward to this fight at the weekend?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's got a good undercard as well. And listen, AJ, people can give him jit throughout his career and that, but he's carried British boxing on his shoulders for a very long time. And when AJ's fighting, everyone comes to the party and watches him, don't they?
Yeah, I think as well, Pat, when you get to the age that AJ and Fury are, they're ready for a fight between themselves, aren't they? Maybe they get 2 or 3 between AJ and Fury, and then they both retire. The fights that they've both got next are sort of like warm-ups, aren't they? They're not really bothered about putting in super performances in those fights. It's basically being okay for the big one.
Yeah, it's just getting the cobwebs off. It's feeling the changing room, feeling the audience and that, and the crowd, and even just like media obligations and fight week, and just getting used to everything, because it does definitely creep up and surprise you. Even though you've been boxing for so many years, you've had so many fights, if you've not experienced fight week and everything that comes with it, it does throw you off. So yeah, they're just ticking all the boxes, and then they'll get it on and earn loads of money and then sail off in the sunset. Then, and do you know what, rightly so, because what they've done to the sport, they deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if even what you're saying there, Gabby, are they at risk of looking past Prenga? You know, or is AJ maybe at risk of looking past Prenga now? I mean, does this not need to be a bit of a statement win as well as acclimatising again and being back in the ring?
Yeah, everything needs to be a statement win, really, in the heavyweight division. Everyone wants to see knockouts, everyone wants to see a bloodbath, and that's just the professional boxing game, isn't it? Obviously, you love to see a technical performance, the boxing, like the pure boxing purists do anyway. But deep down, when AJ's fighting, you just want to see him spark someone out cold, and that's what I think his intentions will be.
Enough on AJ. Let's talk about you, mate. You know, we had yourself and John Hedges in the studio. Both of you are very confident of getting a result in your fight on September the 19th. How's the training going, mate? How much are you excited to get out there?
Yeah, the training's going great, thanks. I've been on 2 training camps abroad in the heat, which is brilliant. Just come back from Tenerife, so I was running up Mount Tide, which is really high altitude, and yeah, it was really tough, like proper steep hills. And when you're towing 100 kilo up there, it's tough. And then you got all the little midgets running past you, giving you a little bit of banter and stuff like that. And then I'll get them on the straight, then I'll catch up to them. But yeah, training's going really well. We're around 9 weeks out, so yeah, it's just getting everything in place now, being professional as possible, getting my food on point, and then when it comes to fight week, I know I've ticked every single box, and then I can just enjoy it then.
What's it like in camp? Because when I speak to some other boxers, like I speak to Chris Smith, and you know, I don't know if you've got young children or a partner, but they're away from their kids. They want to be away. Do you know what I mean, mate? They're literally like, I need to be away from family, loved ones. I need to focus 100% on my training.
Yeah, 100%. I'm the same. Like, even my mates and stuff like that, and being around your loved ones and stuff, you just can't be in the room. And, you know, they're asking me, are you all right? And all this. And all I'm thinking about is obviously, I shouldn't really be here. I should be at home chilling out, and I should just be relaxing. And it does really take over you. And that just shows that you love the sport so much. And the day that goes away from me, I know I need to have a big hard think if I still want to do it. So I love it, me. In camp, you're zoned in, you feel $1 million, you're eating healthy, and you're not missing out on anything.
Exactly.
Like, you can chill at home, put your feet up, and then get ready for the following day and stuff like that. And there's nothing better. And then I love going to the sauna, and then you socialise a little bit there, but it's just enough. And then you get out and get back to being focused.
Oh, you sound very focused, like you're doing absolutely everything you can. You said you're 9 weeks out. Does it get more intense week by week, or do you get yourself to a point where you can slow down ever so slightly as you start to prepare for fight night?
Yeah, I've definitely, I've still got to get to the surface yet, and the cherry's got to get put on top. So I've still got a lot of hard weeks ahead with sparring and red zone running and getting your heart rate up to like 185 and stuff and holding it there. So that's why I'm dead fit in the ring, and you know that's my sort of style, the way I fight and stuff. I'm quite aggressive, and I keep a high
intensity.
Oh, we've just lost you there, Pat.
Sorry.
Pat, we've just lost you, but listen, thank you so much for your time this morning. British cruiserweight boxer Pat Brown with us there, building up to AJ this weekend, and of course his fight as well. When was the last?
I think Shebahn as well. Like we're boxers now. You even see the heavyweights; they're in better condition now. Some of the heavyweights maybe 3-4 years ago, and they don't look in great condition for their fights. If there's one sport where there's nowhere to hide. Do you know what I mean? If you haven't done everything in training camp, when you're out there, it's you versus your opponent. They can tell when you're tired. They can tell when you're not at it. You're gonna end up like getting hurt. So the way he's speaking, he knows in 9 weeks when he's out there, he's done everything in training. If he loses, then he can hold his hands up. So that's what you see a lot from boxers now. Even the heavyweights that maybe didn't look after themselves as well as they could have. They're so focused now. They've all got nutritionists now. They've all got their training camps that they want to go to and get into the best nick possible.
Yeah, he seems laser focused. When was the last time your heart rate got to 185?
When I pulled my hernia
last night when you fell out of bed.
Yeah, when I fell out of bed. Yeah.
That was a look ahead to AJ versus Pringle with DAZN. Join DAZN Unlimited for 185 plus fight nights and 12 plus pay-per-views every year, including Joshua versus Pringle, all included at no extra cost. You can buy it now at dazn.com.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. This Saturday, it's danger before destiny for Anthony Joshua. Joshua versus Prenga, live exclusively on DAZN.
And you can watch our watch along as well on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel if you'd rather do that. Coming up, we'll bring you the very latest from the transfer window and how long Gabby will have to wait before he sees Alejandro Garnacho in a Villa shirt. Up the Villa.
You said we should respect Argentina as the holders.
Mm.
Do you still respect them after their performance in the final?
Why do you, Alex?
Well, they played like a bunch of thugs. Even
Alex,
the scenes at full time, they were laying punches on celebrating Spanish.
Yeah, of course. I don't like that. Of course, that is what they do. They leave a bit on everybody. And then, of course, at the end, maybe their true mentality comes through and you see them as people.
Look at that picture on the screen now for those watching on YouTube. Is that what you want to see at the end of a World Cup final?
No, Paredes, I simply don't. What I would like to see is, look, if I'm honest, I wanted to see Messi do something in that game. I think the Spanish, though, throughout have been magnificent. I think they only conceded one goal throughout the whole tournament. They proved they kill you with 1,000 cuts. Their passing's magnificent. Rodri's, whether he's the player of the tournament, it's certainly been a magnificent turnaround from him, from Man City. But, look, they'll have to take a good look at themselves. I think the referee was doing the best he possibly could in difficult circumstances.
Because he could have got the yellow card out a lot earlier, but that would have in itself ruined the game, wouldn't it, if he started chucking out bookings?
Well, why didn't he do that? I think he could have made...
he was trying to manage the game. I think he knew that inevitably an Argentinian player
they were
would
getting
have to
away,
be sent off.
but they were getting away with this against England.
Boxing. It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters. But it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the taxman at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast here. Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor with Arnold Clark. You can browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. Check out their website for more details. You alright?
I'm very well. Looking forward to Mr. Crook coming in and rubbing it in.
Okay.
Yep, he'll rub it in about Garnacho. He thinks he's funny, but...
Sure he will. I hope he wears his cowboy hat. Tell him to bring his hat.
Oh, he's put it away, I think.
I want it forever.
No, I think he's put it away.
Oh, that's a shame. Despite splashing nearly $500 million last summer, Liverpool are set for another summer overhaul under Andoni Iraola. Speaking in Chicago ahead of their pre-season tour in the US, the Liverpool manager admitted they'll need some defensive recruitments to prepare for the new season.
I think it depends on the Connor situation. At the end, if you have a fully fit, healthy Connor Bradley, we are very happy, ready to go, and we would not be asking ourselves these questions, no? I think it's a situation that is tricky because we trust Connor in the long term. We know we want him to be our right back, but right now he's still I would say a little bit far from returning. So with the centre back, with the right back situations in terms of defensive depth, we are, I think, very thin right now. So I think it's a solution that we are trying to find, yes.
So it sounds like it's something that they are monitoring, potentially bringing in maybe another centre back, possibly Gabby. We'll get more on that now because the transfer window is in full swing. So it's time for a bit of this.
Rookies Roundup, right here every day. Rookies Roundup, which players are on their way. If an agent's got a story.
Hello, Alex Crook. What you got for me?
Rookie gets it first.
Yeehaw, cowboy! There's a snake in my boot.
Now, if anybody deserves a little holiday, it's yourself. But you're back straight into it.
I'm back.
Covering Jim White and Simon Jordan this week, Crookie.
I am.
How's that going?
It's going all right. Martin Keown was fun on Monday. We had a bit of a dust-up. Kevin Nolan a bit more serene yesterday, and we've got Darren McAntony for 3 days, so that'll be lively. And then I'm off to Goodwood next week for 4 days, and then Portugal the following week, so we'll get a bit of time off.
Deserved, Crookie.
Yeah, no, it is. I miss the hat, though. It's not the same without you and the cowboy.
It's been retired.
Why? Why can't you just
keep
it part of your brand? Don't ditch the brand that really made you, Crookie.
Well, the wife is not a fan either.
Is she
and
not?
as you regularly reminded me, I'm punching, so I've got to do what she says. I've got to do what she says.
Wait, I think she'd maybe like the cowboy hat.
No, not a fan, and my daughter hates it as well.
Dad, you're cringing me out. Okay, let's start with Morgan Rogers then to Chelsea. 117 million. Crazy money, but this is the market.
Incredible when you think that when he was on loan at Bournemouth from Manchester City, they had an £8 million option to sign him. And here we are a few years later after Scott Parker refused to play him and he's gone for a British record fee. Great money for Aston Villa. I can understand the frustration of clubs like Villa and Newcastle who seemingly want to spend and can't because of financial rules. And then you've got Chelsea, not in Europe at all this season, let alone the Champions League, breaking the bank again. I think they're going to spend big money on a centre-back as well, maybe Lacroix coming in from Crystal Palace. So, yeah, worrying times for Villa. But pray for Gabby, because when I told him 3 days ago that they were going to sign Alejandro Garnacho, he completely shot me down in flames, and here we are.
No,
looks like his game on.
Yeah, we've had so many Villa fans on today, Crookie, and when I look at social media, I don't see one Villa fan saying they want Garnacho to come. He just hasn't done it. But Shebahn thinks that he's 22. He's a sweet boy, and
I didn't say sweet boy.
He will become a fantastic player.
I think he's a good player, and I think he's got a bit of a chip in his shoulder. But I think the right manager could sort him out, and I think he's good, definitely a good player in there.
Did you like him at Manchester United, Crookie?
I did to start with.
So did I.
I thought he had a lot of potential. Maybe needed to work on his end product, but the way he handled himself after that Europa League final in Bilbao left a sour taste, and nobody was sad from a United perspective to see him leave. And didn't pull up any trees against Chelsea. In fact, I remember United winning at Stamford Bridge, and he made Dalot look like Cafu.
Yeah,
when he came off.
Well, is this where Villa are at though, Crookie? In a sense of like these financial fair play rules, we obviously can't go out and spend crazy money. Do we have to be a bit clever? And is the manager saying, you know what, for a loan, maybe obligation to buy? But
there will definitely be an obligation, but what that does is it kicks it down into the next financial year, so it won't show up on the books until this time next summer.
So you think you can get like? Do you know what I mean? More out of him? Can he be the one that literally like starts Garnacho's career off again?
Did he think that with Jadon Sancho as well?
Didn't work, did it? No.
Yeah, I just think you're being so negative about it. Like,
no,
he's not a bad player for a start. he's a good player, and your manager is the manager to bring the best out of people. So maybe he sees it as a challenge for himself. Maybe he sees it as somebody who could bolster the squad.
Might not be the only signing from Chelsea as well. Nicholas Jackson obviously got a relationship with Unai Emery.
Yeah,
Wouldn't totally rule that one out.
Why not just give them the 117 back for their dead wood? Why not just do that? That's a clever.
Very downbeat this morning, Gav. Come on.
Oh, he's got a hernia. He's having a tough time. Talk to us about John Stones. What's happening there? He'll be going on a free.
Yeah, he's been offered to Chelsea, and I think they're considering it. I think Lacroix probably is still their top target. Good player, John Stones. I thought he did well at the World Cup when he came in, actually. But you look at his recent injury record, it comes with risk attached, doesn't it? I guess if you can get him on a sort of free transfer and maybe a pay-as-you-play type deal, that would alleviate some of that risk. But yeah, I think Lacroix probably more likely.
There's a way of doing it, isn't there? With someone like, Callum Wilson's probably similar as well, where you get a certain amount, Crookie, I don't know, let's say £50,000 a week, but then you get like really high appearance fees for starts and stuff. Maybe that's something that clubs will look at. He's not going to get the big money all out, is he?
He'd be a good character to bring into that Chelsea dressing room, and maybe that's what they've been lacking over the last couple of years.
Yeah, 100%. Alex Scott, 80 million on him now. Bournemouth have put this fee on him.
I think it's probably higher, to be honest. I mean, the messaging I'm getting out of the South Coast is pretty firm. He's not for sale. Obviously, he's not signed this contract. We reported yesterday Chelsea have had a £64 million offer rejected. That's far too low. They look at what Elliot Anderson has gone for, what Tonali has gone for, and I think they see that as the sort of barometer of how much Alex Scott should be worth, but they're determined to keep him.
Would you look at the fact that he's got 2 years left, Crookie, and does that pull it down a little bit? Do you know what I mean, of the transfer fee?
Maybe,
but
this
time next summer, you're going to end up with a year left, and he's going to be, what, 40? And then
I still think if the transfer window closes and he's still a Bournemouth player as expected, then you might find he does sign a contract with a sort of Antoine Semenyo release clause. They do love a release clause, Bournemouth.
You don't think Man United would spend that this summer on Alex Scott?
I still think if they're going to spend that type of money on a midfielder, I would still keep an eye on Carlos Baliba.
Okay.
I think he's probably the all-round midfielder they need now to supplement what they've got with Tielemans coming in and Andre Santos as well.
Okay, Somerville. He was linked with many Premier League clubs, but it looks like he's off to Saudi.
Well, just had an interesting call on that because I think his preference would still be Roma, but they're not going to match the fee that Al Hilal over in Saudi have offered. Huge money for Crescencio Somerville. Roma actually sent a private jet to London yesterday, expecting to pick up Somerville to go over to Italy and undergo his medical and sign a contract. He never turned up at the airport.
Oh, no.
Wow.
So
he's got wages as well, aren't they, Crookie? You're going to be a minimum double.
Yeah, but if you're Somerville, it's a cop-out, isn't it? At that stage of his career, surely you'd rather be playing
how many other players
in the top European league.
How many other players have done it early on in their careers?
John Duran's already left, hasn't he? Where's he gone now? Benfica? Good move for him.
Yeah.
Might be retired in 3-4 years.
They go for the money and then they want out quicker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crookie, you've got big news coming out of Southampton?
Yeah, we're expecting an update on the Tondereka situation right at the top of our show. Obviously, he's under FA investigation for Spygate, so a bit of news on that right at the top.
What do you tell us now, Crookie? What are you saying for your show?
Spill the beans.
It's under embargo till 10 o'clock.
Oh, get out of here.
They wanted to save it for the big show.
Is he sacked? Is he staying? Is he still spying on people?
Find out at 10 o'clock.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Crookie, as ever, thank you so much.
Cheers, good to see you.
Have a good show as well today. talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook with us. He's back at 10 o'clock this morning with Dara McAnthony today here on talkSPORT. Now, this happened live on talkSPORT 2 last night.
Sorry, Littler's just started with a max. He was doing all the media stuff, and I sort of left him alone, and I said, mate, you were special the other night. He said, I feel exactly the same tonight. My practice went the same. I just feel great.
But Littler, 4 perfect darts, 5 perfect darts, 6 perfect darts. He's on a 9 in the first leg.
And he's done this before, I think, in a World Series event. First leg 9.
So treble 20. Is he going to go 17s? He is. Double 15. 9 darter. 9 darter. First leg. And Littler's raised the roof at the Winter Gardens. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, he's just an absolute magician.
Incredible, isn't he?
Isn't he? I mean, Ian Dant are there just chatting. You hear just how impressive this young man is and how he just continuously seems to do it. He said as well, he was getting booed and then the crowd were going mad, hitting a 9 darter. Just absolutely brilliant. Luke Littler.
Incredible talent.
World Match Play. Don't forget, you can hear every arrow live on talkSPORT 2. Just download the talkSPORT app. You can swipe across to talkSPORT 2. Round 2 concludes tonight from the darts. Coming up next, we're joined by a man who's already getting carried away with Spurs' summer spending. Jamie O'Hara is with us next on Breakfast.
Spurs are back.
have got to get your opinion because Wayne Rooney delivered quite a withering assessment of it on TV last night. That half-time show, 27 minutes. Now, first of all, from a player's perspective, you're playing in a World Cup final. You're used to 15-minute half-time, particularly as you mentioned, the veteran stage of your career. Lionel Messi, for example, when maybe your joint sees up a little bit more than they would do normally. Is it fair on the players to have to wait 27 minutes so we can see a pre-recorded song by Madonna, we can see Shakira come out and mime, and we can see Justin Bieber come out and suck the life out of the entire stadium?
Do you know, like FIFA, to stay true to the values of the game, if it's a 15-minute break in all the other World Cups, it should be a 15-minute break in this one. That's where they've gone too far. The water break as well will be thrown out. It's an Americanized, World Cup.
It was to sell adverts.
Yeah. Well, I don't care what it was for, but it was changing the momentum of games. It was giving managers an opportunity to stitch in information at vital times in the game. Now, look, I put myself in the mind of the players. And when are we listening to the half-time team talk? Are we going straight in to listen to the manager? When it's a rousing team talk, we've got to wait 20 minutes before we then, he actually gets into it.
The subs can't even go and warm up on the pitch because it's covered with
you can't warm up. What are we doing? How are we keeping?
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning to you. How's it going? You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor. Very soon we'll be joined by someone in just a second who will do his annual event of telling everyone that Spurs are back because they signed a player in the transfer window. Before that, though, we'll hear what their manager, Roberto De Zerbi, has had to say.
Yeah, I feel very good because we are working well. I think we are building a very, very, very good team, very important new players, and we are keeping the players to start for another project, for another part of the history of the club. The 7 games at the end of the season, you have no time. It's not the right way to push too much on the principle of the play. Now we have time, we have everything's in the right way, in the right place, in the right position to work and to become better and better and better in the quality of the play.
All about sexy, that video, isn't it? His voice, the music in the background.
No
Spurs
comment.
back. Jamie O'Hara's back.
Spurs are back.
Oh.
Spurs are back. How are we? We good?
We're great. How
The
are
way
you?
he says
All
that,
right.
there's so many people listening that just heard that and they're like angry. Okay.
Hey, we're looking good, mate. We're looking good. What's happened to you lot, though? Huh?
Here we go.
What's happened to Villa? Selling everyone. Sold your best player.
We need some more concerts at Villa Park. mate.
We don't have to sell. We don't have to sell, Gabby. You do, mate.
Is
You
that
sold your best player.
Birmingham accent? That's tragic.
Shambles
That
from
needs
you.
some work.
I
What's
agree.
happened?
I don't know, mate. The rules in it. The rules.
The rules.
You know what I
Got
mean?
no money, mate. Got no money.
Beyonce's buying your players, mate. Not Spurs. We need
But everyone-
Beyonce at Villa Park, mate.
Everyone's jealous of Spurs now, aren't they? You know, we've just gone and thrown the kitty at it. You know, Newcastle, Villa.
Is money always the answer to the problems, Jamie?
Come on, mate. Of course it is.
More money, more problems. Gabs.
More cash, more problems.
Greggy was right. Listen, Jamie, you actually have had a good window so far, Spurs. Like, they have. What do you think about the idea of Garnacho going to Villa? Because he's losing his marbles about
Good player, Garnacho.
Don't worry me.
No, he's good player, Gabs. He's all right, you know. He's not bad. I think he'd do well for you. No, he's good. He's good replacement.
What's he good at?
No, he's all right. I've seen signs.
No, don't.
I've seen signs with Garnacho.
I don't hear it.
I remember back in 2008, he looked all right.
14. No, but you know what, though?
You can't be happy with that.
No, I'm not happy with Garnacho. But it's not about us, Jamie. We've got to talk about Spurs. What key areas?
No, you got me in. They literally phoned me. I was like, "Can you come on and batter Gabs?" Garnacho.
No.
That's literally why they asked me.
We're better than that, mate. I mean, you got so much more to offer than that, Jamie. What do you make of the transfers? And also, Maddison's back. You know, maybe Kulusevski back as well. You got some key players back as well.
I'm excited. I really am. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with the team. It looks like he's got some real kind of men in. You know, like with Tonali and Robertson, people who are going to, like leaders on the pitch. I think that's what we needed. You know, it seems to me like he's going for a type of side who are going to have some energy in the middle of the park, with a bit of experience and kind of like a bit. I want to see a bit more like Housery from us. Do you know, like a bit like Arsenal have done. Yeah. You know, a bit more like know how to win, and because we've been a soft touch. We've played some decent games, but then like we'll throw away goals and points at the end of the game.
And it's time to embrace playing in that outstanding stadium.
Yeah,
getting a home crowd on side. Don't fear playing there like they have done for 2-3 years.
Yeah,
like embrace it and make it a fortress.
Yeah, I'm happy with what we've done so far. We've still got to figure out what we're going to do on the left. Like the left wing for me is an issue. Who's going to play out there? No, we don't want Garnacho.
You want to take over?
No, you take Garnacho, mate. He's a good player. Take Garnacho.
He's good. You have him.
Oh, I think he's a good player, mate.
Why didn't you outbid us? Outbid us, mate.
I think that if we sort left wing out and maybe look, Richarlison's not the future for me with Spurs. I think Richarlison for me we should try and get rid of him. I don't know if we can in terms of wages. I think Solanke, if he's fit, he can be useful. Do I think he's a star player for us? Maybe not. But look, you can't do everything all at once, right? Yeah. This does feel like a bit of a project with De Zerbi. He started from the back. You know, he's gone into midfield. You know, we've still got Kudus, Simmons, Maddison, and Kulusevski.
Yeah.
Now, if we can get them back and we can keep them fit, that's a decent attacking, front 3 or 4. So. We'll see, but I'd like a striker. But how many strikers are out there?
Yeah,
there ain't many out there to get.
Far between. What's the minimum?
Well, Aston Villa got a striker. Can we take one of yours?
So Tammy Abraham?
Yeah, I like
60.
60. 117 million pounds for Morgan Rogers. Fair play. I mean, good player.
He's good, isn't he?
Down to a proper club.
Score that screamer against Spurs.
If Chelsea are going to keep paying it, they're going to keep getting it. That's for sure. What's the minimum requirement then for Spurs next season, Jamie?
Europe. We have to get in Europe. And everyone will laugh and say, you finished 17th, you finished 17th. If you finish in the top half, that's good. No. Like, Spurs have been a team in Europe for, pretty much the whole of the Premier League era. So we need to be in Europe. We haven't got Europe this season, right? And we see Manchester United, how much of a platform that can give you to play one game a week. I would like to see us, have a go in one of the cups and see where we can get to, but it's all about finishing 7th or 6th. If you can get anywhere above that, I would say that's a good start.
As well, you've got a no-nonsense manager in.
I don't think he'll take any.
Yeah, he won't take anything, mate. And if you're not performing, you'll be off. And you've got competition for places now. Yeah. That midfield looks strong as well with Tonali in there.
He means business, right?
Yeah,
I think it looks like he means business. I don't think he's going to have any flaky players around.
Yeah, Rabiot and Jonathan Rowe had a fight when he was at Marseille. Sold both of them.
Yeah.
They had a fight in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Got rid of both of you. Not messing around. He's no nonsense.
Yeah.
That's what these players need.
Yeah.
So we won't be getting Garnacho then?
No Garnacho, mate.
Never know.
He's all right. He's all right, guys. He's all right. What's going on with you lot? Are you all right? I feel like you're a bit worried.
We're not great, mate.
What's happened?
We're going through a crisis.
Yeah. Crisis.
Honestly.
Got a crisis. I do feel for Villa, though, because you are a massive club, right? You are a huge club.
Rules.
And I always loved playing at Villa Park. It was like, there was something about it was like historical about playing at Villa Park. And I just don't know. It's like, it don't sit right with me that you've got to sell your best players.
It's the rules, isn't it? Nothing we can do, but there's a manager that can try and get something out of the players that he's brought in. I mean, Gomez and Wolves, I like him. Manzambi's a talented 20-year-old, but they need some experience in there. I'm not sure Garnacho's the right player.
Going back to Morgan Rogers then.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he's going to the biggest club in London. Do you agree with that?
No. I mean...
Who's the biggest then?
Arsenal are the biggest club in London. I mean, like, let's not get away from
trophies.
Well, just in terms of trophies, you'd have to like Chelsea would argue like you're asking the wrong person. You need Cundy.
Chelsea are the most successful club.
Chelsea
in
are the
London,
most
but Arsenal
successful
are the bigger
club in the last 20 years in London because of Roman Abramovich, right? But we've seen the fall off since then.
Not fan base, though, are they?
No, they're a fan base.
It's Arsenal.
Arsenal are the biggest, and then Tottenham, then Chelsea.
Okay.
But yeah, and then maybe, after that. But Chelsea, look, West Ham are a big club as well. But no, you can't get away from the fact Arsenal are the biggest club historically. But in terms of trophies, Chelsea would argue that they are. But I'm not having. Is that what he said, Morgan Rogers?
The biggest club in London.
He's
good kid here.
They got one of the ends of their stadium's called the Shed End. Like, come on, the Shed End.
Expensive area, though, isn't it?
Like, come on, get yourself a new ground, lads.
The Shed End.
The Shed End. Yeah, like they give it all the big one about going down the Bluebell and the King's Road and all that. And they got a stadium which has got a stand called the Shed End. What's that about?
Stop it. Talk to me about England. Thomas Tuchel.
I'm done. I'm done with England. I'm done with Tuchel. I don't want to hear anything about him.
You lot aren't half dramatic, are you?
No, we're hurt.
Get over yourself.
I'm done. That's it. I'm over it. I don't want to hear. It's like when you break up with an ex-girlfriend.
You've done that a few times.
Yeah, I've been there. I've got experience.
Yeah.
I just don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to process it. I want to bury my head in the sand.
You never got back with an ex?
And in 2 years' time, you see her on Instagram and you're like, she looks all right. When the Euros come around, Tuchel's good manager.
Darling, will you take me back?
Yeah. No, I don't want... I'll never forgive him. I'll never forgive him because of what I saw in that semi-final and what I saw from Argentina in the final. They are garbage.
Yep.
They didn't have a shot in like 115 minutes. It was only when they were like panic stations and like, oh my God, it's over. We've got to try and force a chance. They were useless.
Would you get back with Southgate?
I would never. No.
Oh, you thought about that?
No, I wouldn't get back with Southgate. No, we should go and do everything we can to get Pep.
Yeah, go and
get Pep Guardiola. He don't want to be the Spain manager, right? I think he wants a bit of international.
Italy are after him, aren't they?
If Italy are after him, we should throw the kitchen sink in. Because we've got a way better squad than Italy. You know, in terms of the future of England, we're in a great spot. So, get rid of Tuchel. We brought him in to be a top manager, and he proved that he wasn't.
And 99% of the country agree.
Okay, but he does still have a job, to be fair to Thomas Tuchel, doesn't he?
Someone gave him a new deal before the World Cup started.
How did Scotland get on the World Cup?
Oh, it was a good time.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
The football was garbage, but we had a good time.
They scored against Haiti.
They did, yeah.
Oh, shut up.
They'll sing about that next season.
Yeah, statues.
1-0 against Haiti. Good team. Good nation, Scotland. Good result against Haiti. We didn't even get out of the group. It's the easiest group ever to get out of.
Worst thing was, though, they were waiting for 3 days to see if they got through. Just sitting there, watching the screen.
Go home, lads.
Watching Teddy Tex to
Go
see
home.
the results. Are we through? No. All right, see you later, lads.
Shebahn had to keep just reorganising the flight home.
You done?
Shebahn, just go home.
You done?
Get yourself on Ryanair back from New York.
It's still going.
No private jet. Commercial home.
Right, you two. Shut it.
Commercial airlines. What's that like?
Big thanks to our guests
Sorry,
today.
Shebahn. Sorry.
Jamie O'Hara, it's been a pleasure.
Shebahn, love yous.
Ian Poulter,
See you
Ali
later.
McCoist, Andrew Wyman,
Up the
Roddy
Spurs.
Jennings, to name a few with us here on talkSPORT Breakfast, Gabby. It's going to go have a cry about Garnacho. And we're back tomorrow morning from 6 a.m. No more Jamie on breakfast
Oh,
at this
Lord.
time, okay? That was carnage. Alex Crook and Darren McAnthony on the way next to get some order back in this house. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
You're a Chelsea fan, Tim. What's your view on Enzo Fernandez?
Yeah, I mean, well, this season I've been a huge fan of what he's given us on the pitch. He's a great player to have. He's always popping up with one of those classic goals from just outside the area, sort of just runs in, smashes it in. Lovely to see, can't complain. But in the World Cup, the way the guy's conducted himself on the pitch is just absolutely disgusting. I'm just thoroughly embarrassed that he plays for my club. You know, the way he's just been flying into tackles, that one in the final when he got sent off, him dancing around on the